It's local high school football on Eagle 101.5. Mike Reeling with the Feeney Ford pregame show. It's a special Thursday night game. It's our game of the week. The Gaylord Blue Devils are at Arthur Hill. You can hear the game on Eagle 101.5 FM and streaming live at eagle1015.com. The Blue Devils are 0-1 after falling to Lake Fenton last week. Tomorrow night, tune in on eagle1015.com as we stream the Johannesburg-Lewiston game at East Jordan. Another game of interest this week, 8-man football, Gaylord St. Mary hosting Pickford. During this pregame show, we'll hear from the head coach of the Gaylord Blue Devils, DJ Shimoniak. Also, Kevin O'Connell, the head coach of the St. Mary Snowbirds. And we'll chat with Joe Smokovich, the head coach of the Johannesburg-Lewiston Cardinals. Stay tuned. It's the Feeney Ford pregame show on Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection, includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
Want to pay less for gas and earn rewards at the same time? Visit marathonsmakeitcount.com and sign up today or download the phone app. You'll save 5 cents per gallon and earn points that can earn you up to 50 cents off per gallon. There are also many ways to save and earn at your local S&K food stores. You can grab many of your favorite snacks, cold beverages, and essentials while you fill up and save at the Marathon S&K food stores. And make it count, your best place to hit the road.
The Javetsky Agency, your local Mimic Insurance, exclusively serves teachers and school employees. Founded more than 65 years ago, Mimic provides members with outstanding service and insurance coverage for personal, auto, home, or umbrella coverage. By choosing Mimic, you're supporting the Mimic Foundation, impacting thousands of schools by providing millions of dollars to support programs, events, and projects. Contact the Javetsky Agency for more information. The Javetsky Agency, your local Mimic agent.
Discounts and savings opportunities subject to eligibility requirements. Coverage is subject to all policy terms, conditions, exclusions, and limitations. Subject to underwriting eligibility requirements. Insurance underwritten by Mimic Insurance Company, Auburn Hills, Michigan.
You're in the midst of the Feeney Ford High School football pregame show. Here's Mike Reeling with Gaylord St. Mary head coach Kevin O'Connell.
Well, first week last week, we fell to Pickford. Let's talk a little bit about that, about the whole season that we are looking forward to, and, of course, this week at Central Lake.
Well, looking forward to this season, we knew that Pickford was going to be a very good opponent, very well coached, very well disciplined. Don't have a lot of the marquee names like they've had in the past with Jimmy Story and Eddingham and a few other people, but Pickford, Pellston, and obviously Indian River, and we knew Rudyard was going to be very tough. So we go up there, we lose 36-6. A lot of things we did wrong, a few things we did right. But the reality is we told the kids on Monday when we have film, I'd much rather lose 36-6 to them than beat somebody 72-0 and not realize what we need to work on. So there's a lot of things we need to work on, and probably 99% of it is fixable. So,
all right, well, talk about your leadership on the field this year. Name some names.
You know, I think there's quiet leadership. So we have Logan Cherry, who's going to be a captain for us. Patrick Bellinger is a senior. Brody Ingalls is a senior who has really stepped up. And then, you know, we just don't have a real vocal leadership. We had a real strong senior class last year, so it's difficult. We're just kind of easing into that vocal leadership on the field. I think Brody Jeffers will step into that role, and I'm really hoping Dylan Croft, although a sophomore, steps into that role, if you will, on defense as well. So we don't have that real vocal rah-rah guy. We didn't either last year with Toph and a few other Dilly, but we're okay with that. But
right.
Yeah, when stuff starts going bad, we need people to step up.
How about anything new this year, assistant coaches, or any changes in the program this year?
No, everything's been pretty consistent. No, everything's good. We still have Coach Boris and Coach Cherry and Coach Keck, and we still keep grinding, and we're having fun. And we argue and have fun, and we argue a lot more, and then we have fun. So, yeah, I love our staff.
All right, what about Central Lake this week? What do you see?
They return everybody, Michael. Big number 16, their quarterback. I think he's grown about 2 or 3 inches. He's probably about 6'2" now, about 190. Number 13, who torched us pretty good last year as a receiver. He's fast. They're big up front. They run 2 different schemes on offense, kind of a double tight bastard version of the wing tee, if you will, and then they spread it out and give us a little 3-by-1. I want to be able to put speed on defense, and we tweak some things on offense, so nothing really changes on offense. We want to be able to pound the rock.
All right, Coach, how about off the field with someone in your organization that you'd like to highlight this week?
I think it starts at the top, and I'll go almost to the whole top, and I really do think our principal, Mr. Jerry Bellinger, just does an outstanding job of just keep everything intact. In spite of last year with COVID and trying to keep athletics and trying to hang on and keep people in the right direction. And I think being a faith-based Catholic school really lended itself to us. And I think he's really shown great leadership and support for athletics. So, quite honestly, without him, I think last year and going into this year would be incredibly difficult, so we appreciate him.
Coach, best of luck at Central Lake this week.
Thanks, Michael. I appreciate it.
Coach Kevin O'Connell, head football coach of the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds. This is the Feeney Ford Coaches Show.
From the previous year, third-year quarterback, did a phenomenal job, very poised in the pocket, did a good job commanding his offense. Like I said, very disciplined team. We made some mistakes. Some things that I've got to look at, and we cleaned up this week as far as some blocking assignments, things like that. But, you turn the ball over a couple times against a well-disciplined team that can move the ball. The score is going to be exactly what it is. So,
DJ, we talked the first week about academics, how important that is, and I want to talk about effort, too. How's the academics of your team, and how did the effort look after week 1?
Academics are good right now. We haven't started school yet, so we'll take a look at that next week and start monitoring that. As far as the effort, though, I tell you what, Mike, that's one thing that we did praise the young men for. Turnovers, mistakes. They never put their head down, and they fought all the way to the end. And that was a huge positive that we did take out of that game. Is they never did quit. Didn't quit on each other, didn't quit on the coaches. And so that's what we can work with. The X's and O's parts and some technique and things like that are easy to fix. But if you don't have effort, that's tough. And that's one thing that them boys did have is grit and some toughness and they didn't quit. So
tenacity,
them little things,
some tenacity too, and some moxie, maybe.
A little bit.
All right, brother. Well, this week it's at Arthur Hill. This is your first away game, only second game of the season. But what do we know about Arthur Hill, Coach?
They run a 4-4 defense, and offense. They're going to spread you out. They got a running back, pretty tough to bring down. Low center of gravity. He runs tough. They got a quarterback that's pretty quick that can run out of the pocket. They're going to spread us out on defense. So they're a big team, big tough team. Arthur Hill and Saginaw High combined into one team this year, and so they were able to fill in some gaps that they didn't have last year. But we're gonna take a different approach, spread them out, try to give our running back some room to run.
All right, Coach. How about off the field with someone in your organization that you'd like to highlight this week?
Yeah, I want to highlight our quarterback club. They're a behind-the-scenes a group of parents. A lot of them have kids involved in our program, and they're out fundraising and things like that. They feed us every Friday before games, and they put a ton of work in it to help us behind the scenes, get all the little things done that we need done through the season to make a season happen. I want to give a shout out to our quarterback club.
What a great pick. It's always great to see that baton being passed every year with the parents moving out and then new parents moving in. Coach, best of luck to you this week against, on the road to Arthur Hill you go.
Thank you, sir.
DJ Shimoniak right there. Mike Reeling here. It's the Feeney Ford Coaches Show on Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection. Includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
Shop Builder.
It's almost game time, and the Feeney Ford High School football pregame show heads to the field. Calling tonight's game, here's Brian Hollenbaugh and Dave Boswood.
Well, it's a Thursday night under the lights, and it's good to have you here. It's Brian Hollenbaugh along with Dave Boswood, and it's always an adventure when you go on the road, Dave. Always an adventure.
Yes, sir, it is.
And tonight is an example of that, as we're just getting a late start, but we've got a kickoff here right on time as the Blue Devils kick it off to Saginaw United. We'll tell you a little bit more about why they're known as Saginaw United in a moment as the kickoff gets returned to the 37-yard line, and that's where we're going to open up this game here tonight at Arthur Hill High School, which is home of now what's known as Saginaw United. On the schedule was supposed to be the Arthur Hill Lumberjacks, but tonight the two schools of Saginaw, Saginaw High and Arthur Hill, have co-opted this season, and they've named the team Saginaw United. So we're going to be talking a little bit about this team. They're not the Lumberjacks.
Nope.
They're Saginaw United. So much like the Washington football team in the NFL, we're going to have our first flag of the game, and we don't even have an offensive play yet. So let's see what the officials have to say. And they are going to call it against Saginaw United already. So it must be an illegal offense. Too many men on the field. Too many men on the field.
Yep.
So that's going to back it up before we've even had our first snap of the ball game. It's a beautiful night down here.
Absolutely gorgeous. A little warm in the press box.
A little warmer than what we had last week.
Yeah, well, the heat was on in the press box when we got here, so it's even warmer than expected.
So Saginaw United in the gold jerseys and brown pants, and they're going to pass it on the opening play. Oh, it's nearly caught. Number 6 there, Isaiah Wilson tried to haul it in, couldn't do it, had a couple of steps on his defender, Ty Benzinger, and that could have been a huge opening start for this ball game. But instead, an incomplete pass bringing up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we had number 11 and number 12, although I don't see number 12 on the roster for some reason. But Ty Benzinger was the lead on that defensive play. So
second and 15 because of that opening penalty before the play. Saginaw going to keep it on the ground this time. Good pursuit by the Blue Devil defense, but a missed tackle allows about a 5, maybe 6-yard pickup on the carry. Before number 14, Austin Vanderveer makes the tackle.
Yeah, that was a close one, though. That the defender from Saginaw United kind of came back towards him, and it was close. Could have been a block in the back. They didn't call that, and then we had some assistance from 27, Jonathan Ongst, on that tackle with Vanderveer.
Curious Boone on the carry for Saginaw United. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 as we welcome you to Eagle 101.5 tonight, as well as streaming at eagle1015.com, where we'll get our camera reset here. Dave's jumping all over the press box tonight. So,
yeah, is it drifting again?
It's drifting again. A deep play there. Looks like there's hands on it, but no flags, and going to be an incomplete pass. I thought the defender had a little bit of jersey on the way down the field. Got away with it, did Jonathan Ongst. So it's going to bring up a 4th down, and let's see what Saginaw United decides to do. Opening series, not afraid to air it out. Camera looks good, Dave. Now it doesn't look good, Dave. You'll hear me say that throughout the night. We'll keep you from getting text, Dave. So the Blue Devils are going to get an opportunity to get on offense once they return this punt. Low punt, going to get returned. And the up back, Loudon Stradling's going to get it. Still on his feet. Comes up to about the 40-yard line, and that's where the Blue Devil offense will come out onto the field. So we're just a couple of minutes into the ball game here. Not quite 2 minutes, and the Blue Devils will be coming out for their first possession on offense. we'll get a chance to see what Caleb Ungst is going to be doing as the quarterback. Had a really good game last week. Ball control for him was important at quarterback. And we'll see what kind of wheels Austin Vanderveer is going to have tonight. He had a really good start to last week's ball game, carrying the ball. Let's see what the Blue Devils are able to do, and if maybe they've thrown a few wrinkles in on offense. They'll come out in a power I formation. Officials holding up, letting everybody get set right now. So let's see what we do here with the Gaylord Blue Devils. They come out with 10:47 to go. Opening quarter of the ball game here on Eagle 101.5. They're going to hand it off to Austin Vanderveer. He's going to get stopped at the line. He's got nowhere to go, and that's going to be maybe even a loss of a yard on the carry. So good defensive penetration there. And, Saginaw United's going to have a little bit of an advantage on the line, the defensive line to the offensive line of the Blue Devils when it comes to size. It looks like maybe these guys have anywhere from 30 to 50 pounds per lineman, maybe even a little more in a couple of cases. And when you look at the center, when you look at young Mr. Connor Abraham up against the guy he's across from, there might be an 80 to 100-pound difference. So we'll see what happens here on offense if they can get something going on with 2nd and 10. Man in motion. Unk's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it back off. Vanderveer looks for the corner, finds a little seam, squirts his way through the crease, picks up maybe about 2 to 3 yards on the carry. Going to bring up a 3rd and long for Gaylord. It's a little bit warmer than what it was last week, but I got to tell you, while last week was beautiful football weather, it didn't do well on my voice this week. I finally got it back yesterday. I guess just in time for a Thursday night ball game. So here they come, 3rd and long. Let's see what the Blue Devils will do. Coach DJ Shimoniak, 2nd game of his head coaching career. All about fundamentals in the system. Unk's going to pass it out to Vanderveer. He's got a nice crease. Still on his feet. Got a 1st down. This drive's going to keep going as Austin Vanderveer picks up a 1st down and more. Nice carry there. He hung with it, just kept going and driving forward. Nice pickup. Going to bring the ball out to looks like about the 41-yard line inside Saginaw United territory. So a nice carry there by Austin Vanderveer. Brings that 1st down and moves those chains. Dave, welcome back.
Oh, success. That was a bit more challenging than I anticipated. Sorry about that, Brian.
But, well, that's okay. That's because this time around, with the space that we've got, the computer's smack dab right in front of me. So I'm looking at this going, well, the camera's drifting, Dave.
Yes, it is.
At least you're not getting text this time around,
no,
right?
Not yet. There's still opportunity, though.
So here comes Caleb Ungst. Man in motion there. Ungst's going to pitch it out again to Austin Vanderveer. This time he's to the left. Looking for a hole. Finds a hole. Yeah. Still on his feet. Good run. He was very patient. Looked a little bit about, like, who's that guy that used to play with MSU that played with the Steelers? I don't like to mention his name. Le'Veon Bell.
Right. No, but that was a great move by Austin coming back up there, following that block by number 78, Trent Kopinski. He read that well, stayed with him, and then, like I said, let it develop. We didn't do that last week, let it develop very well.
Right.
So that was good run by Austin.
Well, that first game, everybody's kind of in a rush to try to get things done and going, and then it just didn't develop. That time, Austin had great patience, allowed for his offensive line to get him a little bit of a hole, and then he found it and worked his way through. So another 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line now are the Blue Devils. And they're going to give it to Vanderveer again. Eventually, this defense is going to key in on him, but boy, he just drives it forward about a good 6 to 7 yard gain on the carry.
Yeah, that was a solid run, and that's, I think, the advantage that Austin brings. He's got a lot of power there in those legs. He's very strong, and he's very determined to get down the field.
Well, he's doing a good job, but, every carry so far has been Austin Vanderveer, so it won't be long, and the defense is going to be keying in on number 14.
Well, and I think that's part of the game plan too, right? Let's keep doing it until it gets stopped, right? They haven't stopped him yet. He's still going down the field. He's using his power and the blocks in front of him to get those yards. So until they key on him and stop that, we're going to continue to see that play from Austin.
2nd and 4 for the Blue Devils. They're in the white jerseys and blue pants tonight, while Saginaw United in gold jerseys and it looks like maybe bronze pants. And it's going to be this time they're going to give it off to the big fullback, number 37, Braden Gautreau.
Yeah, he didn't get quite as many yards. He got a couple yards there, but it was a different look. They had 3 to the left, 1 single back behind Ongst. They turned it and handed it off to him, and he brought it out to the right side of the field.
He picks up a yard on that one. Going to make it a 3rd and 3 now for the Blue Devils.
Riley Hush coming in. Yep, that's Riley Hush coming in for Gautreau, number 34 for 37.
His brother had a pretty good JV game.
Yes, he did. Number 22. He was 2 touchdowns, an interception, and just some nice all-around play.
Yeah, the brother might be being looked at, maybe brought up to varsity if he keeps playing that way. So here we go. Single man in the backfield is Riley Hush. Caleb Ungst over center. Man in motion. Sets up on the opposite side. Going to take the pitch, give it to Hush, but there's going to be a flag on the play. Maybe a little bit of movement before the snap, and that's going to bring it back. So it's going to make it 3rd and long for the Blue Devils.
Again, they had that same setup. They had the previous play with 3 to the left out there, kind of a slot look over there. And then they brought number 44 from the tight end spot on the right side to go load heavy on the other side and block for Riley Hush. I suspect they'll just go ahead and try and rerun that play.
Well, it's possible, or, you go with what brought you there, and it's another one to Austin Vanderbilt. So we'll see what happens on this one. Let's see. They are going to try to run that same play again as Vanderveer goes out to the left.
Yeah, coaches see a matchup over there that they like. They're going to try and capitalize on that blocking over there.
Yep, they're going to capitalize on it. Nope, they're going to go for a pass play. Ungst rolls out to his left, looks downfield, fires across the middle. All I saw was 4 yellow jerseys and one guy who had slipped out there for the Blue Devils, and that looks like Austin was out there to try to catch a pass. No juice on that ball. It went nowhere.
No, he didn't have a lot to look at out there either, so he just threw it towards the receiver and hoped for the best there. But like you said, it's going to bring up the 4th.
I thought maybe a pass toward the out might have been a little better.
Yeah, I agree.
The look was a little better for a pass to the out, plus you got your quarterback rolling to the left.
Yep. Yeah, and I think he would have had a better opportunity getting down the field with I didn't see where Austin was, but I think you had 44 Pretzloff right there in that tight end spot. He could have been the safety valve on that one, but he took a shot downfield, and that's just what we have to deal with.
5:09 to go in this first quarter. They're using a small portable clock, so we're having some difficulties trying to shoot into the ground as opposed to a normal scoreboard. So, hard count, going to draw Saginaw United offsides, and that's going to gain some of those yards back. 5 the easy way, I guess you could say, Dave. So it's still going to be 3rd down. No, here we go. As the quarterback comes in, trots back in after talking to his coach quickly with a new play. Let's see what the Blue Devils decide to do here. They need 4 for a first down. Let's see if they can get this. So again, Riley Hush, the only man in the backfield. Vanderveer in motion. They're going to set up into the power I now. Ungst is going to hand it off to Hush. Hush is going to get wrapped up by 5 yellow jerseys. After maybe a 2-yard gain, that's going to bring up a 4th down now. But you got to think that you're going to go for it in this situation. You're deep in your opponent's territory. You need now a long 2, or they give it to him. Oh, it was over on downs. Okay. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. So a little bit of a slide over there on the opposite side of the field as I'm looking at the marker guy.
Yeah, he didn't turn it to the right number, I don't think.
Now, there we go. So it's a turnover on downs is what it is. So now Saginaw United comes out. Blue Devils are on defense. But some strokes of really good stuff from the Gaylord offense on that drive, but then they just couldn't capitalize on it. So
Good
Saginaw
job.
United comes out on the ground. Number 10, Curious Boone, he looked like he was going to get stopped in the backfield and slipped away and managed to pick up a couple of yards on the carry, turned it into a positive gain.
Yeah, Cameron Pierce, number 9, had him, stopped. He had him wrapped up, and then he was trying to go for the ball and strip the ball out there, but it just couldn't get it done, and that allowed the
he tried to multitask one too many things.
Yeah, just take him to the ground and get done, but it allowed him to get a couple more yards, and then he was brought down by some of the other Blue Devil defenders.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and about 6 for Saginaw United. They're going to keep it on the ground. Wide open hole there. And Boone is on his way to a first down and more as he crosses the 40-yard line. Nice big pickup there by Curious Boone.
Yeah, the defense there, the line, he got pushed over to the right side. He went to fill the gap in the C gap there, got blocked out really well, actually. And then we just couldn't get a fill from the linebackers to seal that off. And the Saginaw United running back, he did what he was supposed to do, got a few yards before the secondary brought him down.
Now, you look at the offensive line and defensive line matchup. I think the offensive line's not quite as big as the defensive line for Saginaw United, but they've got a size advantage over the Blue Devils, clearly.
Oh, there we go.
Boone's going to get wrapped up for a loss this time. Good heads-up play there. Number 55, Connor Abraham on the tackle.
Yeah, and I agree. There is a size difference, but hopefully that works out to be a speed differential as well to the advantage of the Blue Devils, which might help compensate a little bit for that.
Well, we'll see on that. I mean, certainly Lake Fenton last week had the speed advantage there.
I agree.
We've not yet seen what kind of speed that maybe the Saginaw United team. And, of course, on the schedule, if you look at the schedule, it's supposed to have been Saginaw Arthur Hill. But what they've done this year in the Saginaw School District is they're running a co-op program between Saginaw High School and Arthur Hill High School. So this is now as Saginaw United.
Going deep.
Big drop-back pass there. Good defense there. No flag on it. A nice heads-up play there by
number 12, but we don't know who that is because he's not on the roster. So nice job, number 12.
These kids love to change their numbers, don't they?
Yeah.
So Devin Bennett, the quarterback, lofted it out there, and he had his man, Isaiah Wilson. Not enough effort on the throw, and good defense there by the DB for the Blue Devils, who we're not sure who it is because
it looks like Rylan Borowiak, if I had to guess just by looking at him over here, but he's got the number 18 jersey usually, and I don't see him out there, so I suspect they probably swapped his jersey for some reason or another.
Well, perhaps it could be. We'll give Rylan credit for that then. Yeah. So they keep it on the ground. Boone's going to come right up the middle. He's going to scrap his way up for about 5 to 6 yards. Quick little running back for Saginaw United. So again, the Saginaw School District decided to co-op this team to put together one big team for their programs because, as I understand it, the plan is to build a new school for Saginaw, and these two schools will merge into one high school. So they're starting now with the co-opted sports programs as Saginaw United. That's not going to be the name of the new school. They're using it for now. They don't actually use a team nickname. So it's going to be punted away, and Loudon Stradling takes a hit. Ball comes loose, but he's going to be down, and the Blue Devils are going to come back out on offense.
Sort of back and forth right now, Brian, and I think that learning each other's strengths and weaknesses, and we're performing, I think pretty well. We cleaned up something that we saw a lot of last week, which were penalties, and I don't want to jinx anybody, so to speak, but the mental mistakes haven't been there thus far.
Dave, you may want to not
Oh, did I just?
you pounded on the counter and it knocked your camera off again.
Man, I'll be right back.
This is going to be happening throughout the evening, folks. Don't worry. We're here for comedic relief. So we got 2 minutes to go, 2:07 to be exact, in our opening quarter. And while Dave fixes the camera, and the camera we talk about is if you go to eagle1015.com, you can actually watch the game while listening to the game, or you can still just listen over the air at Eagle 1015. So Unks is going to hand it off. Looks like he handed it off to Vandervelde. No, he did not. So it went to probably Braden Gautreau and he's wrapped up on that carry. It was indeed Braden on the carry. Not much of a gain there, if any. Maybe a half yard on that one. You're back in business, Dave?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
All right, camera's back on.
For the moment.
We can see, it's just going to drift again.
Until you decide you want to thump the counter.
Not doing that again. I will not do that again.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 9.5 for the Blue Devils. Single back set. Vanderveer now going to come back out and put it up into the tailback position. Unks is going to keep it himself. He's going to get wrapped up for a loss on that one. Nothing but yellow jerseys there. 4 of them wrap him up in the backfield. Going to lose about 3 on that. Going to bring up about a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, Saginaw did a nice job there, kind of blocking on the inside. Then when the 2 lead blockers went past, it opened up an opportunity for the tight end, the defensive end to jump in there and run over Caleb.
Well, it was a slow developing play, and maybe that was by design. But the slow developing play, I think the defense, because that defensive line is so much bigger,
right?
And they're not really in a down set. They're kind of looking at what's going on, and they're figuring out which gaps they're going to shoot for.
Yep.
So the defense had really good pursuit on that one, and the play could go nowhere.
Yeah, and I think that those lead blockers should have keyed back down on the inside there instead of looking outside to get those yards. But either way, it didn't go as well as they had planned it.
So, now we're going to have a timeout on the field. Nope. Delay of game there. So Caleb couldn't quite get it off in time, and that's going to back up the Blue Devils even more. A really disastrous drive this time around.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 3rd and forever for the Blue Devils. We'll see what they come back with and try to get out of the hole. This is definitely not where you're going to want to go 4 downs this deep. I think at some point in time, if they don't pick up this first down, we get to see Connor Byram coming out punting.
Yeah, this is the opportunity right now is a big play. Looks like they're spreading it out a little bit. Looks like they might look for a pass, but they haven't had a lot of success with that just yet.
Well, I think we saw 3 passes last week, and the longest one was a pass interference. So they give it to Vanderveer. He's still on his feet, and then finally he's wrapped up.
Cameron Pierce was the ball carrier
Actually,
on that
Cameron
one.
Pierce on that one.
Yeah, it looked like Vanderveer first, but at the bottom of that pile, it turned out to be number 9, Cam Pierce.
Didn't pick up a whole lot, and so I think you're going to see the punting unit come out for the Blue Devils.
Well,
you don't want to take a team that's not afraid to throw it around but hasn't really moved the ball that well against you. You don't want to give them that smell inside the 20-yard line.
Right, and we're going to see that punt from the other end because it's the end of the quarter.
So our first quarter is already flown by, Dave, and we're just 22 minutes into the ball game. Our score, we're scoreless here in Saginaw between the Gaylord Blue Devils and the Saginaw United football team.
Yes.
Just like the Washington football team in the NFL. We'll thank some of our sponsors, of course. Johnson Propane, while the game heats up, Johnson Propane is heating your home. And Bob's Modern Homes, assisting families achieve their new home dreams. See their current models online at bobsmodernhomes.com. And, of course, Central Insurance Services, making insurance less complicated. Get a quote on auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, home, and health at Central Insurance Services in Gaylord. So we move down to the other side of the field and flip-flop, where the Blue Devils will now be going from the right to the left. But they're going to be punting it away as we open up this second quarter of play. Not much activity in this first quarter. No. A few mental mistakes, and just really, the bright spots is we saw some really good runs by Austin Vanderveer.
Yes. Yep.
The negative spots is we just saw a lot of really not forward-moving plays. Yeah. Not as many flags as we saw last week, so that's a good thing.
Oh, no.
It's an over-the-head snap. Boy, it's going to be nearly blocked. Oh, it's going to get recovered, and you know what, folks? We're going to have our first score of the ball game. As it was a bad handle on the punt, and just like that, looks like Jamal Lipsy scores himself his first touchdown of the season. And just like that, Saginaw United's on the board. So everything going fairly well without huge mental mistakes. And there was just the punter couldn't keep his hands on the ball. It went past him, and he tried to punt it away. Got a little bit there, but he had no one there to play defense.
No.
And so Saginaw United picks it up, runs it in for a touchdown.
Special teams touchdowns, and those are sometimes rare, but it was a good heads-up play by the Saginaw United team there to get that ball and run it back in. But
so let's see what Saginaw United decides to do. Are they going to go for two? They're going to go for two. 2-point conversion attempt going on right now. Quarterback with two backs behind him, split backs. He's going to hand it up to number he's going. Oh, flag. There's a flag on it. Let's see if it sticks or not. It looks like it's good, but let's see what the hanky has to say. Official runs out to talk. Are they going to wave it off?
Yeah.
They are. They're going to wave it off. So 2-point conversion, no good. Our score stands at 6-0. Saginaw United. They're going to try her again.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get another opportunity to put it in for two.
Yep.
So they're
just going to back it up.
Yep, backed them up.
So they're backed up 5 yards. So 2-point conversion attempt. Saginaw United will try it again. You got to think they'll probably try something very similar.
I would think so. I mean, it really almost worked. Well, it did work that time, right?
Well, it's good misdirection play.
Yep.
A little bobble on the handoff. Yep. No, they're going to go with more of a pistol formation. Let's see what they do here now. Let's see if they're going to go.
Pass.
They're going to pass it. Fires it off to nowhere.
Okay.
And so now the 2-point conversion attempt is no good, and our score is officially at 6-0 Saginaw United over the Gaylord Blue Devils with 11:44 to go in our second quarter. Dave Boswood and Brian Hollenbaugh with you again. We'll thank a few more of our sponsors here. Get those in while we can. Smith Camp, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. You can enjoy stress-free car shopping, auto financing, and service at Smith Camp, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Gaylord. Also, our good friends at Mama Leone's. They'll have Dave getting hungry already.
You know it's true.
Northern Michigan's home for authentic Italian cuisine. Mama Leone's on South Otsego in Gaylord. And, of course, Caribbean Tan. You could stop by Caribbean Tan and check out the new red light therapy bed, or you can warm up in one of their turbo tanning beds at Caribbean Tan on Fairview Road in Gaylord. So second quarter is underway. We've had our first score. A special teams error on the Blue Devils led to 6 points for Saginaw United. And if you're just tuning in, well, what you thought would have been a game against Saginaw Arthur Hill, we all did until we got here, and we learned that it's Saginaw United this season as they're doing a co-op program with Saginaw High School. The two schools have merged for athletics and putting together one team on the field. Therefore, there's no mascot. It's Saginaw United. So the Blue Devils and Saginaw United tonight on a Thursday night as we get ready for a holiday weekend. Any big plans this weekend, Dave?
Not anything major, although we do have a very special birthday this weekend. My mother-in-law will be turning, I guess I shouldn't say what she's turning this weekend, but it's her birthday. It's a significant birthday, and we're going to celebrate that with her down near Canadian Lakes, Michigan.
All right, it's going to get, so the ball went dead, and so Stadling jumped on it very wisely, didn't try to return it, so good job there by Loudon Stradling.
Yeah, good play. That was smart. Get on the ball. Let's get an opportunity to get the offense on the field and get some momentum going in the favor of the Gaylord Blue Devils.
So I think they need to go back to what their opening series was.
Yep.
And so we'll see if we see a little more Austin Vanderveer on the carries this series. We didn't see much on him last year. I know, Dave, that camera's going to give you frustrations all night. You know, everything just seems to be a little temporary tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. It's warm in here, and the tape is not holding quite as well.
Well, so. if I move 4 inches to my left, I'm in a puddle of water. So
that is true.
So Unks is going to take it. He's going to put it out to Vanderveer, who runs to his right, looking to make the corner. He does, still on his feet. Looks like he's close to the first down. He might have tiptoed out. Let's see where they mark it. Did he get the first, or is he about a yard or so short?
It looks like they're going to put him 2 or 3 yards short.
Oh, my gosh. They're going to say he went out after about 6 yards.
Yeah, well, that's what they see down on the field. It looks different to us up here because it looked like he went out just at or maybe a little bit before that marker on the sideline.
So Austin did make the corner, picked up 6 yards on that, brings up a 2nd and 4 for the Blue Devils. So this time they come out showing power I. Let's see if they do it again. Unk's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Vanderveer, who's looking for a hole right at the line, but there's nothing there. Looks like 4 to 5 yellow jerseys are going to wrap him up. No gain on that. Could have even maybe lost a yard on the carry. So it's going to bring up a 3rd. It looks like they're going to keep it right where it was, so it's 3rd and 4 for the Blue Devils. 11:10 to go before the half. Clock continues to tick. Our score here, Saginaw United 6, Gaylord 0. We'll see if they can put together. Dave, you're over there with the duct tape looking like you're, one of those trainers on the side, just adding more tape to a kid's ankle. That's what I'm doing. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6 play, power I formation. Man in motion. Unk's going to pitch it. No, he's going to keep it himself. No, he does. He hands it up to a fullback, and the defense is not fooled by that. That's going to probably end up with about a 2 to 3 yard loss. They handed it off to Braden Gautreau, and Gautreau was, stopped right there. Wasn't going anywhere. Loses probably about a yard on that. So it's going to bring 4th down and 6. So let's see what they decide to do. You've got to think that they're going to try to punt this away and bring Connor Byram back in. You don't want to give your opponent that short of a field. No. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to bring Connor back out, the young freshman, to punt this thing away. One of 3 freshmen on this Blue Devil team that were brought up to play varsity for last week's opening. 2 of the 3 started the ball game. Going to be a timeout on the field as Saginaw United takes a timeout. We'll keep it right here. You're listening to Eagle 1015, where we're also streaming at eagle1015.com, where we've got video to go along with it as well. Once again, we thank our sponsors, Feeney Ford. Your certified Ford headquarters for Northern Michigan is at Feeney Ford in Grayling. Also, Hickerson Floor and Tile House. Let Hickerson in Gaylord assist you in planning your home interior project. Hickerson Floor and Tile House on M32, just west of Gaylord. And Jets Pizza, Detroit-style pizza. It's better because it has to be Jets Pizza on Main in Gaylord. Well, Dave, the game's moving along pretty good.
Yeah, the clock runs. There's not a lot of stoppage here when you keep it on the ground as much as Gaylord does. And, well, quite frankly, as much as Saginaw is doing. But, again, we need to get something going offensively and put the ball in the end zone. Otherwise, we're going to, seek some disappointment here, I'm afraid.
Well, we had a conversation before the end of the JV game when we got here, and we talked to Coach Shimoniak, and he said the same thing we did. It was so close until that last series right before the half, and it changed things a little bit. And then when Gaylord came out and scored, they felt pretty good. Now, a great booming punt there by the freshman. But it gives the guy time to return, and he certainly does. He's on his feet, crossing midfield. There's a yellow flag on the play. He's still on his feet and running is Isaiah Wilson. Let's see if the flag's going to be on the offense or the defense. If it's on the offense, it's coming back.
Yeah, number 14, Austin Vanderveer, was able to catch up to him and bring him down with a nice tackle there. Way too many yards. We had an opportunity back here at the point of the reception to bring him down, but he had a little bit too many blockers there. He got a hand on him, but that was just
it was a beautiful-looking punt. The problem was is it went too far, and his guys couldn't get down there quick enough. So the return man, Wilson, had a chance to return it, and he did, but it's coming back. To a block in the back. So a lucky break for the Gaylord Blue Devils, because otherwise Wilson had himself a really nice return.
Yeah, and setting up some really nice field position for him. But, yeah, there was a block in the back over here where we had the opportunity to tackle him just after the reception. So that's a call in favor of the Blue Devils.
So 9:26 to go. The scoreboard is actually at ground level. It's a portable unit, and so because the big scoreboard is not working here. And so we've got the camera actually literally shooting down at the ground and people are kind of hanging around the scoreboard. So you may or may not get a good look at the scoreboard. At some point in time, Dave, we're going to tell you, don't even worry about it. I'll just keep telling everybody how much time is left before the half. 9:26 to go, second quarter. Blue Devils trail by a score of 6-0 to Saginaw United. Brian Hollenbaugh and Dave Boswood on the call of tonight's game. Dave, also your cameraman extraordinaire tonight. Hey, I'll get this other camera over here, Dave. There we go. So Saginaw United going to keep it on the ground. Jet sweep goes off to Kareem McCune. Another flag on the play. You got to think that one might be on the offensive side. Jet sweep to McCune. He had a host of blockers in front of him, but somebody might have put a little hands on the jersey. We'll see what the officials have to say. And they do. It's going to back up, so the penalty against Saginaw United going to bring it back inside the 30 to about the 25. So it's going to bring up a long series now for Saginaw United. They've got to make up some ground. It's still going to be first down and 20. So let's see what they do. So Blue Devil defense. They've seen a little bit of wrinkles from the Saginaw United. Ball's on the ground. Quarterback picks it up. Still on his feet, but a host of Blue Devils coming after him, and they finally run him down. So Devin Bennett had nothing to do but pick the ball up and try to find a hole somewhere. But a host of Blue Devils, that was good pursuit.
It was good pursuit. The defense did a nice job getting there, getting through the offensive line, putting pressure on the quarterback. A couple of he missed. Got a couple of broken tackles there, but Cameron Pierce, number 9, finally got back there to wrap him up, and then was supported by some other guys, Borowiak and.
But you know what, though? Those were tackles that led into horizontal yards.
Yeah, absolutely.
And horizontal yards don't add up. So those broken tackles just kept him moving toward the sideline, and before he was finally wrapped up and brought down for yet another loss. So it moves him back up to a second and forever. 25. Forever. Second and 25 for Saginaw United. Bennett in the shotgun formation, looking downfield, looking to pass it. He does, has his man McCune. He's going to pick up a few yards of that, brings it out to about the 30, so it cuts off some of the deficit. So it's still going to be a 3rd and 15.
Yeah.
So they pick up 10 yards of it. A little pitch and catch there from Devin Bennett to Kareem McCune. Picks up the first down for Saginaw United.
This is where the defense for the Blue Devils has to really stand up here. They've been doing a good job. They've got some success going on this drive. So keep the pressure on and get this turned over, or at least force a punt.
So let's see what happens here. A big defensive stand would be a big win for the Blue Devils. Bennett shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off to his back. Looks like Kerryon Boone. He's quick. He does a hurdle. Ooh. And does he have enough for a first down?
It's going to be close, actually.
He hurdled the defender and kept going. And I think he's going to have a first down. That was a quick and solid run by Kerryon Boone, and that's going to move the chains. That was a heck of a 15-yard run.
It really was. The Blue Devils kind of got sucked back to the inside, and they got blocked a little bit. The secondary had to come up and try and make a play. They met him at the first down line there, and he hurdled the defender. And he had forward momentum and took the.
That's going to excite a track coach. The track coach is thinking this kid's going to be a hurdler.
Yeah, absolutely.
So first and 10 for Saginaw United. They'll keep it on the ground. Going to hand it back off to Boone again. This time the Blue Devils are right there on him. Vanderveer and Pretzlaff.
Yeah, and actually number 77, our third Connor on the team, Connor Colano, was in on that tackle as well.
So good one there, but the problem is you get that nice stop right after you've just given up a 15-yard first down.
Yeah, it's a tough break for the Blue Devils giving that up because they had them 3rd and 15, and you're thinking, all right, we just got to get a good stop here and force the punt, and it did not happen. Nice stop there by Colano and the other defenders, Vanderveer and Pretzlaff.
So a second down and 9 for Saginaw United. Bennett shotgun formation. Let's see what he does as he scans the defense. He's going to hand it off. They're going to keep it on the ground. Boone makes one man miss, still on his feet. Finally going to get wrapped up there. Looks like Austin Vanderveer is not going to let him get much more than the 2 or 3 yards that he picked up.
No, we had a nice group of defenders there. Pretzloff, Gotro, Vanderveer. Let's see, number 6 was also in there. That's Gabe Thompson. So that was good pursuit, good gang tackling, good team tackling there.
Well, I think that's what you need to do.
Absolutely.
You've got to contain the defense. Have them run horizontally, because if they go north-south, they've got speed. And what we've seen is when Boone gets his shoulders squared and he's running north-south,
he's going.
He's formidable. He's quick, and he's got great leaping ability.
Clearly.
He's quite the hurdler. So here we go, 3rd, and let's call it 7. Just outside the 50-yard line, ball at the 49. Still in their own territory is Saginaw United. Looking downfield, slings it, has a man open. It's going to be picked off. Intercepted by Ty Bensinger. He's still on his feet. He's across the 40, 35, 30. Could he make it to the end zone? One man to beat, 10-5.
3-yard line.
Oh, he tried to get to the goal line, going to get knocked out. But, man, that's a great break for the Blue Devil defense. Knocked out at about the 3-yard line. Ty Bensinger was just standing there, just playing where he needed to play.
Yeah.
Receiver was coming toward him, and then he just stepped in front of the route, picked it off, and ran it all the way down inside. Let's see where they're going to spot it at.
Well, that was the opportunity for the Blue Devils to yell, Oski, Oski. That means there was an interception or a turnover, so head the other way and start blocking, and they did a nice job blocking that. They're going to put it right on the 5.
They're going to say he went out at the 5, so Blue Devils have a 1st and goal now after Ty Bensinger's interception. Great run back, too.
Absolutely.
He had one man to beat, but the guy managed to get him out of bounds before he could get to that end zone. But he was smelling it.
Absolutely. He's like, this is coming right to me.
Unk's going to hand it off to Vanderveer. He looks for a hole, finds a hole. Can he make it in? Teammates say yes. Officials
say yes on the far end.
On the far end. Let's see.
But nothing on this side, so we'll see.
No, they're going to say he's going to be about a half yard short, maybe a yard short.
Yeah, the far side line judge had both hands in the air, but apparently the other referees did not agree.
The other guys who were standing on the ball said no, but that's weird. It's
back to the 2.
They're going to spot it to the, I don't know, looks closer to the 3-yard line.
Yeah,
I thought he
right.
got further than that. How can one official raise their hands and the other one say 3-yard line? But I guess so. So here we go. They're going to go for a field. Oh no, they didn't. They never.
They called it a touchdown. I am confused.
I didn't see the officials call it a touchdown, but how about this? Blue Devils got a touchdown. Good job, Austin Vanderveer. So that was Connor Byram coming in for the extra point. This is bizarre, Dave.
Yeah, the far side guy shows the touchdown. The guy in the white hat doesn't show anything. They place it back on the 3-yard line. All of a sudden, they line up for a kick. The kick is no good. 6-6. All right, Blue Devils on the board.
So 6-6.
I was very confused by that.
I'm watching the guy in the white hat, and he's doing nothing.
No, he made no.
Maybe he just got promoted to being the referee, right?
Possibly, but this is clearly not the guy who was coaching the JV game.
No,
excuse me, not coaching, but refereeing the JV game.
The guy who was refereeing he was very communicative.
Yes. Yeah.
So we've got a tie ball game. That was bizarre, Dave.
It was, but hey, you know what? The Blue Devils showed some grit there. They punched it in, got the touchdown. All of that on the shoulders of the interception by Ty Bensinger, running it back in, looking for that defensive touchdown. Didn't get it, but it set it up an opportunity for the Blue Devils offense to punch one in.
I'll admit I mess up, but it's rare occasion that both of us fall hook, line, and sinker for this. I don't know how that happens.
No, I mean, I saw the hands up on the far side, but nothing anywhere else.
I'm going to watch it tomorrow morning on the replay and go, okay, where was it? What are we missing here?
We missed something. I don't know.
So we got a tie ball game. 5:28 to go before the half. I'm guessing the band is right below us.
They are right there, yeah, and they are loud. Yep. Nice job, though. Connor Byram set up the kickoff.
All right, here we go. 5:28 before the half. Connor to kick it off. He does. Nice kickoff. Going to take a hop. Not going to get returned. Going to stay inbounds. Now it's going to get returned. Let's see what the defense does.
Oh, no.
Oh, they trapped him, and he's still on his feet. Running down the sidelines before he finally comes out at about the 47, Isaiah Wilson on the return, and it looked like he had nowhere to go, and then all of a sudden you look out there and you see the Gaylord defense all bunched in together, and all of a sudden there's a lane on the sideline, and Wilson went for it.
Yeah.
So a great return for the young man, and that's going to bring the ball down to about the 47-yard line in Blue Devil territory with 5:16 to go before the half.
That'll drive a coach nuts, though. You got the kickoff team running down there, stay in their lanes, and keep going to the ball, right? Because he was just waiting. Everybody kind of slowed down, and he's like, well, I might as well get a few yards, and then they did a nice job blocking the inside.
Showed his speed, that's for sure.
No doubt. Okay.
So Bennett in shotgun formation. This is what you don't want to happen. You don't want him to go down and score right now.
No.
So Bennett's going to keep it. Quarterback keeper brings it down close to the first down marker.
Pretzloff, number 44, on the tackle there from behind.
So Brady gets the tackle, but not until after the quarterback keeper
short
garners about 9.5 yards on that carry.
Yeah, they're going to drop it right on the 40.
Well, I tell you what. So let's call it 9 yards.
Yeah.
So you're okay if your quarterback carries it for 9 yards every time, though. You're okay with that,
yeah,
right?
You are. Absolutely.
So that's what I figured. So 4:40 to go before the half. Carry there by Devin Bennett. Just a junior quarterback for Saginaw United. They hand it off to Boone. He's been scrappy all night. And he's going to get the first down. That's going to move the chains and keep it going. Clock continues to run.
Gabe Thompson comes up in there from his defensive back position and makes a tackle there along with Connor Abraham. Number 69 in there, Lane Thompson as well.
So now Saginaw United lost their opener last week, but they only lost by one. I believe it was 19-18. They lost to Heritage.
That is correct, yeah, Saginaw Heritage High School, yep.
So you're taking kids from two different schools and putting them together and saying, okay, you guys have been bitter rivals for years, and now you're going to be teammates.
Ball on the ground.
Ball snapped, went through the quarterback's hands. Yep. He's going to get sacked, and there's also going to be a flag on the play, probably a hold.
Yeah, there was a hold as the defenders came through. The Saginaw offensive lineman grabbed him by the back of the jersey and kind of tugged back. So we're going to get a tackle for loss, and they're going to tack on some additional negative yardage.
Good job in there. Connor Abraham and Braden Gautreau both in there for the defense.
Absolutely. Both scrappy football players do a nice job. You know, Braden, of course, is a very accomplished wrestler as well, so he'll be looking forward to that after the football season.
So that's going to bring up a loss on that, brings it right back to just outside the 50-yard line, and they've got to make their way down to the 37. So good heads-up defense there for the Blue Devils. Took advantage and got a sack on that one. So it's going to be another handoff again. Boone's going to get it, going to get drugged down by the helmet. Actually, still on his feet because his knees didn't touch.
Right, no whistle on the play. You got to stay with it till the whistle blows, right?
Well, he's a scrappy football player. You know, he's just not going to go down. And he knew that he was still, his knees were up and he was on his tackler's back. And so he just kept going.
Yeah, number 9, Cameron Pierce made the contact on there. He was a little high on the tackle. You know, tried to drag him down a little bit, but couldn't get him. He did get some assistance later on, though, from 37, Gautreau, and number 44, Pretzloff.
Okay, so not much of a gain there. Going to bring up a second and very long. But they've been in this position before. They were down by 25 yards, and they managed in 2 plays to get a first down. So let's see what Saginaw United does. Quarterback looking downfield. Fires it to his safety valve. Going to have a nice little pickup there. Not enough for a first down, but it probably lopped off close to 10 to Kareem McCune.
Knocked out of bounds by 37, Gautreau again on that one. He had some support over there by number 9, Cam Pierce. And 82, which is Cole Dexter.
So it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 4 now. So that's very manageable for these guys.
Well, yeah, we just saw him knock down a 15-yarder before. So the defense has to stay focused, pay attention. They're going to try probably to come to this short side of the field, although they're showing receivers out to the left side as well.
2:47 to go before the half. We're deadlocked at 6 here in Saginaw. Saginaw United driving, looking downfield, fires downfield. Can the man beat? Can't quite connect it. He had a step on number 12, and you're going to say that's Borowiak.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Rylan Borowiak, yep.
So he had a step on Rylan, but couldn't bring it in was Kareem McCune. Otherwise, that would have been a really nice pass play.
Yeah, he was reaching out, looking for that one-hand reception, but he just couldn't get it done. And, I got to tell you, the defenders are doing a nice job staying close. They're kind of putting that hand out there a little bit. It's close. You don't want to grab, but you can put that hand out there and kind of feel where they're at.
We saw 2 pass interferences last week, one against the Blue Devils, one against Lake Fenton. And both turned out to be, pretty big plays for both teams. But, all right, so now they're going to punt it away. So they're going to punt it away, and it's going to be a short punt. Going nowhere, the ball's just going to die out at about the 23.
Yeah, good job staying away from that ball and not touching it. It wasn't very manageable, so you came towards Cameron Pierce. He did not put a hand on it, let it roll, and gives the opportunity for the offense to come back out here and score some points.
So 2:32 to go before the half. Again, we're deadlocked here at 6 apiece. Are Gaylord and Saginaw United. Beautiful night tonight, though. No rain. Last week was very kind of just wet and blah.
Yeah, it was battleship gray and it was a little chilly.
But it felt like fall.
But it felt like fall. Tonight, the sun's shining, blue skies, the lights are coming on here. The sun's setting behind us and shining the light on the Saginaw Arthur High School, which is this really big brown industrial-looking building. But it's a really nice old building.
Well, it's late 40s here. Vanderveer is going to get the call on this one. He's got nowhere to run, completely contained, maybe a yard. And before Austin gets brought down. But, yeah, very 1950s, really. So it would have been a really modern building in 1949 when it was built.
Yes.
But you got to think there's a lot of history in the halls of Arthur Hill High School.
Absolutely.
And equally with Saginaw High. So they're going to merge these 2 schools into one big school at some point in time.
Right.
And, we don't know what the school's going to be called and how they're going to be, but they're going to be a Class A school for sure.
Yes. They'll probably stay on the schedule for the Blue Devils for some time.
So here we go, power I formation. Caleb Unks comes up. Now they're going to move that tight end. They're going to give it to Austin Vanderveer. He sticks his nose down. They've keyed in on him. Yep. He's going to pick up maybe another yard on that one, and all that does is chew up clock. Yep. It brings up a 3rd down, and with still another 8 yards to go to move the chains.
Yeah, I agree, Brian. They are starting to really key in on Austin. They know what to expect. They see him out there. So now it's time to use him as a decoy if they can get a good fake to him and then maybe spring somebody else around the outside, which, in this case, maybe you're going to bring out Gavin Freeman. Number 6, Rylan Borowiak is coming on. That's Cameron Pierce coming out to run the ball.
So Cameron Pierce is going to come out now as Austin Vanderveer goes to the sideline. Clock continues to tick. We're under a minute now, down to 57 seconds before the half. Again, we're deadlocked at 6 apiece.
Yeah, and the Blue Devil offensive line has their work cut out for them against that defense.
It's a big defensive line, and they're not afraid to fill the gaps pretty quick. Pierce is going to get wrapped up for a loss. He's got nowhere to go and just gets bullied down. So, they're going to have to do some adjustments at the halftime. The good thing is that right now it's a tie ball game. So it's anyone's ball game.
Yes.
And so there's going to be a timeout on the field here as Saginaw takes a timeout. Blue Devils trot to the sidelines. We'll mention a few more sponsors while we have the opportunity, like the Javetsky Agency, Mimic Insurance, ensuring our educational community's auto, home, and umbrella needs. You can give Neil a call for a quote at 989-731-5060. That's the Javetsky Agency for Mimic Insurance. So with 36 seconds to go before the half, you're the head coach of the Gaylord Blue Devils. What are some of the things you're going to want to talk about?
Well, we're going to talk about, first of all, not making any mistakes, right? We're going to punt this ball away. We're going to get down there. You're going to key on your guy, because we know Connor Byram can kick the ball really well. We have to stay strong up front so he's got time to punt the ball and then make a good, solid tackle. We don't want any significant return.
Special teams has been the hang-up of the first half.
Absolutely.
You had the bad snap that led to a touchdown for Saginaw United, and then you had a nice booming punt, but the punt team wasn't able to get down there, and so you had a heck of a return.
Right, short
punt, going to bounce, going to be a Blue Devil that's going to down it there. Looks like maybe Gabriel Thompson on the down there. So now we're down to 29 seconds. Does Saginaw United try to score really rapidly.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to try and throw the ball. We've seen several opportunities or attempts to throw the ball. They're not afraid to. I think the quarterback does a nice job. But the Blue Devil defense has held strong and stayed close to them. But I think they're going to at least take one shot downfield right away.
I think so. I think you're going to look for McCune and Wilson. Those are going to be the two guys. So you're going to want to look for number 1, Kareem McCune, and number 6, Isaiah Wilson. Those are going to be the two targets that I think that Bennett's going to be looking for. And sure enough, they're sprinting down the sideline. He's looking for McCune. He's open, but too much air on that. Yep. And just McCune managed to get a paw on it. Couldn't haul it in, though.
Yeah, and good job by the defensive backs there. You know, the corner, Rylan Borowiak, and then their safety, Ty Benzinger, came over there. They stayed away from him, gave him some room, watched the ball, and you know, successfully prevented any reception, although they had a little help from the quarterback overthrowing it.
So not many seconds tick off the clock with a pass play like that. So 23 seconds remain. Brings up a second down, and you know they're going to try to get it to the end zone as quickly as they can. So one would expect another pass play, or you could see a trap, some sort of delay.
Right.
With Boone on the ground. Nope. Going to go out. Now he's going to pass it to Boone.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was he? Yeah, it's going to call it incomplete.
They're going to call it an incomplete pass. I mean, you know, Boone got his hands on it. He was trying to stretch out forward, but had he caught it, he was going to get clobbered.
Yes.
And he might have even heard footsteps on that. So 17 seconds to go. Going to bring up a third down. There, our marker guy catches up with us. 17 seconds to go. Tie ball game here in Saginaw. Gaylord and Saginaw United tonight on a beautiful Thursday night football. I was happy this is a Thursday night ball game.
Yeah.
You know, you got that weekend to look forward to it. I got a busy weekend.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice. Thursdays are not a bad time to have a football game. I
wouldn't want it every week.
No. But, you know, you get this one, you know, usually every year we got one on Thursday, and that's kind of nice. And, again, other than the heat inside this press box, because there's no windows that open, it is a really, really nice night to be a football fan and watch this game.
Well, you know, when we were sitting out in the stands earlier, it was a beautiful breeze. It was just perfect. It was, you know, to be a fan out here tonight. We see some Gaylord faithful that have made the trek down. They're doing a really good job social distancing. I'm looking at this. I'm like, wow, they're kind of spread out all over the place.
Yeah,
I guess, you know, at the JV game, they're all bunched up together. And this time in the varsity game, they're kind of spread out. So a timeout on the field. We'll keep it here, though, and mention a few more of our sponsors, like 7-Eleven. There's always a fresh cup of coffee and a warm welcome waiting for you at your Gaylord area 7-Eleven on North Center Street in Gaylord. And, of course, also our friends at, let's see, who haven't we mentioned yet? I think we've mentioned everybody. Bob's Modern Homes, we'll mention them again. Assisting families achieve their new home dreams. See their current models online at bobsmodernhomes.com. So it's been a pretty good moving first half. I mean, the first quarter flew.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
22 minutes.
Yeah, there was a lot of movement, a lot of time ticking off on the clock. These games are going to move quick, I think, when you keep it on the ground like we've been doing the last couple of weeks.
I would agree with you.
Long time out here. They're trying to get a plan here. You know, of course, Saginaw is making plans to try and go deep, try and punch it into the end zone. The Blue Devils are trying to say, hey, look, stay close to your guys, watch the receivers, don't let anything get behind you. You know, it's, no.
Well, that's exactly what you're seeing. I mean, the Blue Devils are going to keep about 6 deep.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Nothing behind you, nothing deep.
So here we go. Actually, they're going to go with 3 deep. Fires across the middle, completes it. Might have enough for a first down. No, he's going to be close. I think he's going to come up a little short.
And that's it.
And that's going to eat up the clock, and that's going to finish our first half. Our score here from Saginaw, it is Saginaw United 6, Gaylord 6. It's halftime here. You're listening to Eagle 101.5.
The Javetsky Agency, your local Mimic Insurance, exclusively serves teachers and school employees. Founded more than 65 years ago, Mimic provides members with outstanding service and insurance coverage for personal, auto, home, or umbrella coverage. By choosing Mimic, you're supporting the Mimic Foundation, impacting thousands of schools by providing millions of dollars to support programs, events, and projects. Contact the Javetsky Agency for more information. The Javetsky Agency, your local Mimic agent.
Hey, Northern Michigan, Chris Martinson from Snuff Camp Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Gaylord, here to let you know that it's Jeep Adventure Days, and we have new Jeeps and Ram trucks in stock and more arriving almost daily. Prefer to shop online? Try snuffcampgaylord.com. Our simple and user-friendly website allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, the lake. Well, you get the idea. You can browse a little or take care of the entire transaction. It's up to you. So whether you prefer to shop in person or online, Snuff Camp is your Jeep and Ram headquarters. Exit 282 off I-75 or 24 hours a day at snuffcamp.com.
Want to pay less for gas and earn rewards at the same time? Visit marathonsmakeitcount.com and sign up today or download the phone app. You'll save 5 cents per gallon and earn points that can earn you up to 50 cents off per gallon. There are also many ways to save and earn at your local S&K food stores. You can grab many of your favorite snacks, cold beverages, and essentials while you fill up and save at the Marathon S&K food stores. And make it count, your best place to hit the road.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection. Includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
It's halftime here at Arthur Hill High School in Saginaw. And our score, Gaylord 6, Saginaw United 6. And it's been really a tale of the special teams. A special teams mistake gave Saginaw United the opening score of the ball game. Where they had the opportunity to take a muff punt, run it in for a touchdown, and they scored but didn't get the 2-point conversion attempt. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils, they get an interception, and Ty Benzinger runs it down to the 5-yard line. A couple of plays later, Austin Vanderveer punches it in. Blue Devils score on a nice run and a great defensive play, but they missed the point after. So our score here deadlocked at 6 apiece. And it's a good football game. It's a scrappy football game, but I think the coaches are going to say, okay, settle down, boys. We got to do a few things differently. But the Blue Devil defense has been pretty solid, and so the coaches have got to be real happy with that. They just got to take a look at how do we get the offense to move the ball down the field, chew up more clock, and control this ball game because, Blue Devils aren't going to be a high-scoring team this year. They're going to be a ball-controlled team, and they're going to chew up the clock, and they hope that at the end that they've got the better score. It's Brian Hollenbaugh along with Dave Boswood. Dave out running a quick errand, but it's been a pretty good moving ball game and a little warmer this week than what it was last week, and it feels like summer football and a beautiful summer night as we get ready to head into a wonderful weekend. And here in a little bit when Dave comes back, we're going to talk a little bit about college football as well. Even though last weekend was the opening weekend for some programs, we've got some big programs playing. In fact, even a game tonight, Ohio State and Minnesota will open up their Big Ten season tonight. And we're going to talk about some of those games when Dave comes back as well. And talk a little bit about what some of those adjustments might be for the Gaylord Blue Devils when they come back in this third quarter. And that happened last week. They came into the third quarter, put together a really good opening drive, scored, but then Lake Fenton came back and returned the score, and then the ball, game just kind of shifted momentum, and Lake Fenton really had control of the ball game the rest of the ball game. Let's hope that doesn't happen in this one. So far, two very evenly matched teams, two different ball games in the sense of what the teams are capable of in terms of one team is clearly a little quicker The other team a little more ball control. The ball control team, obviously, the Gaylord Blue Devils. So we'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back. It's halftime here. Our score, Gaylord 6, Saginaw United 6. You're listening to Eagle 101.5.
The Javetsky Agency, your local MEMIC insurance, exclusively serves teachers and school employees. Founded more than 65 years ago, MEMIC provides members with outstanding service and insurance coverage for personal, auto, home, or umbrella coverage. By choosing MEMIC, you're supporting the MEMIC Foundation, impacting thousands of schools by providing millions of dollars to support programs, events, and projects. Contact the Javetsky Agency for more information. The Javetsky Agency, your local MEMIC agent.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection, includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
Want to pay less for gas and earn rewards at the same time? Visit marathonsmakeitcount.com and sign up today or download the phone app. You'll save 5 cents per gallon and earn points that can earn you up to 50 cents off per gallon. There are also many ways to save and earn at your local S&K food stores. You can grab many of your favorite snacks, cold beverages, and essentials while you fill up and save at the Marathon S&K food stores. And make it count, your best place to hit the road.
Your Gaylord 7-Eleven is the perfect place to grab something cool when you're on the go. Quench your thirst with an ice cold Slurpee or Big Gulp. And of course, there's always freshly brewed coffee 24/7. 7-Eleven is there for you, plus just about anything else you might need in a pinch, including snacks, grocery items, and even lottery tickets if you feel a winning streak coming on. Open 24 hours a day. They put the convenience in convenience store. Your neighborhood 7-Eleven on North Center Avenue in Gaylord.
Hey, Northern Michigan, Chris Martinson from Smith Camp Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Gaylord, here to let you know that it's Jeep Adventure Days, and we have new Jeeps and Ram trucks in stock and more arriving almost daily. Prefer to shop online? Try SmithCampGaylord.com. Our simple and user-friendly website allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, the lake. Well, you get the idea. You can browse a little or take care of the entire transaction. It's up to you. So whether you prefer to shop in person or online, Smith Camp is your Jeep and Ram headquarters. Exit 282 off I-75 or 24 hours a day at SnapCamp.com.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
It's halftime here at Arthur Hill High School in Saginaw, where our score right now is the host Saginaw United team lead the Gaylord Blue Devils, or actually are tied with the Gaylord Blue Devils 6-6. And, well, it's been a good first half, low-scoring first half, a good defensive first half for both of these programs. And I'm sure on the offensive side of the ball, both coaches are looking at maybe doing some changes and putting some wrinkles in for this second half. But a good moving first half as we're at halftime here. And as I mentioned earlier, on the schedule, it was going to be Saginaw Arthur Hill that the Blue Devils would be facing, who they've faced the last couple of years. Well, the Saginaw school districts have decided to co-op both Saginaw High School and Saginaw Arthur Hill into one program, and they're calling themselves Saginaw United. And so you have a co-op school program which allows these kids to be able to play together, because the end result is going to be a new public high school here for the Saginaw schools, where these kids will be going to school together. So bring them together as Saginaw United right now. And I don't know, I think Dave might be back now, so we can get into the fun part of the halftime stuff. It's one of those things when you're on the road, it's amazing what you got to do. And one thing is I think Dave had to do a sprint to go down and get a charger. In this modern day of technology, you can't go without a phone charger. So Dave's got one. So Dave Boswood is back now. And Dave, you know, you missed all the other stuff. We talked about what happened in the first half, which wasn't a whole lot outside of a really good defensive game so far. Special teams have been a little disappointing. And then offense, they've got to kind of, go to the drawing board and say, what can we do? Get back to maybe what they did the first series of the ball game?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree, Brian. It's hard for the offense not to try and rely on Austin Vanderveer.
Right.
He certainly brings a lot to the offense. He's got lots of power. He's got great vision for the field. But unfortunately, in this situation, Saginaw's onto it, right? There's no mystery about where the ball's going to go if we continue to do that. So they have to look at opportunities to open up different lanes for Austin if they want to stick with Austin, or we have to try and get the ball in the air a little bit to kind of soften up that defense. Make them respect the fact that we might actually pass the ball, right? And we haven't seen success that way yet. But you have Brady Pretzlaff, right? Brady's a solid receiver. He's a sophomore, but the kid's a football player, right? And he's a good tight end. There's got to be a play in the playbook somewhere where we release him to the inside or even to the outside on a short, quick pass over the top to Brady to get those 5 yards, right?
Well, we haven't seen much of a passing game from these Blue Devils yet this year. They haven't used that in the playbook. I mean, we saw 3 passing attempts last week. And I think maybe Caleb has attempted to throw the ball once so far this game.
I believe that is correct. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, and if it was more than one, it wasn't memorable enough to comment on. And I don't mean any disrespect. It just hasn't been there.
No,
right?
It hasn't been there, and it's just not how they're currently built offensively. So we'll see what the coaching staff does for this second half. I want to talk to you quickly about some college football.
Yeah.
Tonight, Ohio State opens up against Minnesota. Ohio State comes into the season ranked number 4th in the nation, and Minnesota's not ranked yet at all. And maybe people are thinking the cupboard's bare in Minnesota, but P.J. Fleck's been doing a pretty good job.
Well, you if nothing else with Fleck, you're going to row the boat, right? He's going to inspire players. He's going to inspire people. He did a really good job with that when he was at Western Michigan University. When he left there, and he continued with some success. I believe they're at Minnesota.
They are at Minnesota. And then tomorrow night, MSU opens up its season at Northwestern. That should be a pretty good game. And we'll see what Mel Tucker has done with that program. And, we don't really know what Northwestern's going to come out with either. So that could be anyone's game.
Right. Yep, absolutely.
And that'll be tomorrow night. And then we turn to Saturday. And maybe one of the best matchups of Saturday is going to be a noon kickoff. It's Penn State, who comes in ranked at number 19. They're facing the number 12 Wisconsin Badgers right off the start.
Right.
And, that's going to be an interesting one.
Yes, it will.
What kind of team are the Nittany Lions going to be, and what has Wisconsin done? Wisconsin year after year comes in looking pretty decent.
Well, let's get right into it and see what happens, right? And that's what we're going to see on the weekend here on Saturday.
I think that's going to be a Wisconsin game.
I think you're right.
Okay. Western Michigan, they travel to the Big House in Ann Arbor. This is probably the first season in a long time there hasn't been a lot of vocal hype about the Wolverines. There's not that big chatter that you normally get.
Right.
And maybe that's by design, and maybe it's that cautious optimism.
It's possible. This matchup is a tough one for me. I'm a Michigan fan. I love to see the Wolverines have some success, but I really like Tim Lester and the Broncos.
I got to tell you, though, Western likes to sling it around, but you're playing a Big Ten defense.
I know.
And defenders in the Big Ten could be wide receivers in the MAC, So we'll see what happens with that one, but I think Michigan gets a win on Saturday. Alabama, Miami. How about this one? Number 1 Bama against number 14 Miami. This would be the game that would put the Hurricane program back on the map if they could upset the Crimson Tide, which I would love, almost as much as an Ohio State victory for Michigan.
I agree. But it's unfortunately hard to bet against Alabama. I would love to see the upset, but I just don't think it's going to be hard to turn that tide, unfortunately.
Well, I think you're probably right. Number 17, Indiana, faces number 18, Iowa. And by the way, for me last year, Indiana was the most improved team of the Big Ten.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they were scary good.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think Indiana could beat Iowa to start.
Yeah.
Central Michigan, they head to Mizzou to face an SEC team. I just don't know. I mean, even a bad Mizzou team is probably, because of what they have to face week in and week out, is still a pretty good program. Oregon State comes to Purdue to face the Boilermakers. That could be a fun game.
That could be a fun game. That's one of these early season matchups we just talked about. That one, I think, has a legitimate potential to be an upset and go the other way.
And by the way, one of the things that I actually love is when two teams are willing to risk it right off the first week of the season. Number 5 Georgia travels to number 3 Clemson. That game could affect the entire playoff picture for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
If Georgia comes out and punches Clemson in the mouth and beats Clemson, but here's the thing. And maybe you can't pronounce the guy's name, but Clemson probably has the number 1 quarterback in the country this year.
Yeah.
With this kid, DJ, I think it's Ungalele or something.
Right,
I probably butchered his name, but DJ might be better than Trevor Lawrence.
Which is saying quite a bit.
Well, it just means that Dabo Swinney keeps restocking the cupboard. So that game is going to be on Saturday night, Georgia and Clemson. I got to think it's still Clemson's game.
I agree. I was going to say, it's hard to go against Clemson in that matchup, even early in the season. Yeah, they could make some mistakes, but like I said, Dabo Swinney doesn't usually make mistakes.
And, another game that you would have usually been frothing at the mouth on Sunday is going to be number 9 Notre Dame against Florida State. But Florida State's been kind of in that rebuilding process. But if you're the coach at Florida State, here's the opportunity to put yourself back on the national spotlight again, take down the Fighting Irish, which that would also please me greatly too.
Yes. Well, I would like to see Miami win. I would like that a lot.
Oh, I would love to see Miami beat Alabama. Yeah. I think it's just tough to do that.
It is, but man, that would really, really do something for college football. It would be an interesting setup.
Well, it certainly would. You take Alabama out of the national championship picture, it's a completely different ball game. Yeah. So, speaking of ball games, it's just about time to start our third quarter. The Blue Devils will get the ball to open up the second half. Again, our score here is Gaylord 6, Saginaw United 6. A really quiet first half in terms of scoring, but I would say a very good defensive battle going on.
Right.
Defensively, they're pretty close to each other. I think, obviously, the Saginaw United team has got some speed, but they've not made the most of it to its full capacity. Blue Devils haven't really been able to put together some long, sustained drives, which is what they're built for. Right. So they need to do that to chew up the clock, and we'll see what they do as we open up this third quarter of play here from Arthur Hill High School in Saginaw.
Yeah, the lines of the offense and defense for Saginaw, we haven't seen as much power from them for the size that they have over the Blue Devils. So I have to credit the Blue Devils for managing that. But I think right now we got to see some stellar work from the special teams. It's easy to overlook that third phase of the football. We have offense, defense, and special teams. Right now we need to see number 3 get a good run back. It's actually not going to go to him. He's just going to drop it down there.
That's right. Stradling's going to fall on it, wisely so, and the Blue Devils will come out on offense at the ball at around the 30-yard line.
So here we go. Let's see what kind of adjustments were made at halftime, see what the coaches saw different than what we saw, and hopefully we can get some momentum going in favor of the Blue Devils offense and do exactly what you just talked about, put together a really long, sustained drive into the end zone.
Well, they did that to start the second half last week against Lake Fenton. They came out and they did a really nice, second half opening drive to score last week, and, that would be good to see one of those this week. So here we go. Quarterback Caleb Unks comes out with the Blue Devil offense. Single back set with Austin Vandermeer, the lone set. Triplets off to the left. Blue Devils going from the left to the right on your radio dial. You're going to pitch it out to Austin Vanderveer, and the whistles go. So a little bit of movement on there, perhaps on the offensive line.
Well, actually, it kind of motioned down there to the far end where we had a receiver set. So the far judge kind of said he wiggled a little bit or wasn't set, one of the two. But either way, it's going to push the Blue Devils back in this opening play of the second half.
Well, that kind of changes the dynamic on that. So it's going to back them up 5 yards. So let's call it 1st and 15 as they come back to do it all over again.
Well, and they kind of showed their slip a little bit there when they made that motion to the left. So they got the defense got a good look at what they're planning. Not that there was going to be a big surprise, because I think it's going to go heavy to the left to Vanderveer.
Triplets to the left, man in motion now. They're going to stack up on the left side. They're going to pitch it out to Vanderveer. Got a good block there. Sprung a hole. He makes the corner. He's still on his feet. Gets his 15 yards.
Ooh. So that's going to be – so I'm sorry, was because he got up into it. The ball came out of his hands, but he flew out of bounds and landed hard over there. There's actually a Saginaw player down on the far side as well.
Well, Vanderveer bounced right back up after that. Yeah. He went airborne, but he sprung right back up after it. Meanwhile, the defender is still down on the Gaylord side of the field. They'll come out to attend to him. You know, he went there and he might have gotten a foot in the face or something, but.
Well, yeah, and again, Vanderveer was in the air. He was over there defending. He could have, took a shot anywhere, but Doc Arkfeld is over there taking care of him right now, and then the Saginaw United staff is working their way across.
When Austin runs, he's trying to make that corner. But once he makes the corner and he gets his shoulders squared, he is tough to bring down. It's that race to try to get it, you see him. You can just tell he is running as hard as he can to try and make that corner.
Sure. Yeah.
Because he knows once he gets his shoulders squared. Now, every now and then, and when I've seen him do his best runs, is when all of a sudden he just kind of shuffles and then cuts. Mm-hmm. And then he gets going north and south, and he gets his shoulders going downfield.
Yeah, that little sideways jump cut.
Yeah, when he's in that sprint to try and reach the corner, sometimes it doesn't work in his favor. This time it did, and it was a 15-yard pickup.
Well, and I have to give credit to the blockers, right? We got the receivers out there doing these blocks and sustaining their blocks and kind of controlling that end, so he can at least get a chance to get to that corner and upfield. And I agree. Once he's got a full head of steam and his shoulders are down and he's moving forward, you're gonna bring him down maybe, but you're gonna get punished for it.
And by the way, Cam Pierce had a good block out there that sprung him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was concerned when I saw it. I was like, oh, no, careful. Anytime the defender's behind you, that's, But, all right, well, good. The defender gets up. He's a little wobbly there, is Dylan Moore. But they're going to trot him. Now he's trotting off the field. That's good. He's shaking it off. Yeah. And we'll get back under play again. So it's always good when you see the kids bounce back up and, they want to take off and run to the sideline under their own legs. So
and a lot of times you get the wind knocked out of you. It can be a scary moment. All of a sudden you can't breathe for a few seconds. And you're trying to catch your breath a little bit. And it's and I think he might have got that.
That was you walking back up the stairs a few minutes ago.
Oh, I know. I had a little huff and puff on the way back up. Hey, I had to get over there and get that charger if we wanted to keep this thing going.
There you go.
Now I'm not going to say anything except that clock is still there.
The clock's still there. That's because you haven't hit the counter yet.
I told you I wasn't going to do it again.
All right, here we go. Caleb Ungst is going to hand it off, and let's see. Nope, it's going to be a keeper by Caleb, and he's going to pick up about 5 on the carry. Good job there by the junior quarterback.
Sophomore quarterback.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're promoting him up already,
Mm-hmm. He might believe he's a junior, but he's not.
Sophomore quarterback. It's a young team in reality.
Yep.
You've got 3 freshmen that were moved up, and 2 of the 3 were starting last week. So here we go. Single back set is Austin Vanderveer. Got a man in motion is Pretzlaff. He sets up on the right side, and again, they're going to get some movement on the line.
Yeah, and that's not good. We had a really clean first half. I think, the guys, got some inspiration in the locker room. They're feeling excited. They want to come out here. We've got some success in a couple of these plays and move the sticks a couple times. So, but we gotta be patient. We gotta not make those mental mistakes.
So that 5-yard pickup backs them up 5 yards now afterwards. So it negates that in essence. But so we're at a 15-yard gap is what they need to do. 1st and 15 for the Blue Devils. Pretzlaff sets up on the right side. Vanderveer, the only back. He's going to get it. He's going to try to make his way around the corner. Has a block. Still on his feet. Crosses the 50-yard line before he's brought down at the 48-yard. So he picks up a bunch of that. Good run by Austin. He was very patient on that. Waited for his blockers. Got him in play and made the most of it.
Yeah, those three receivers on the right side did a nice job. Number 5, Gavin Freeman specifically came up and made a nice block to kind of allow a little bit extra room. But that Vanderveer had that really good inside to outside jump cut that you were talking about,
right,
and getting downfield. He had 4 guys on him, carried him another 2 or 3 yards.
So he picks up 11 on that. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Blue Devils as they're now in Saginaw United territory, ball spotted at the 49-yard line. So again, Vanderveer the only setback. This time Pretzlaff's moving over.
Oh.
Nope, there's going to be, looks like
74 coming across the line.
So it's going to be big man. Yeah, well, you know what, though? You got the big man over there, number 74, Tenarius Johnson. He's across from a true freshman on the offensive line.
Yeah.
And so, we talked about this. Keaton Abraham last year was playing middle school.
Yes.
Now he is up against a fully grown man who has got him by probably 100 pounds.
Easy. But they're going to call it movement on the offensive line.
So it's going to
jump across. But
well, you know what? You're trying to move at times in a movable object. And so maybe he wanted to try to get a little bit of a head start on that one. So it's going to back up the Blue Devils. So it's going to negate another run and put them back. So it's going to be 2nd and let's call it 10. Maybe, let's call it 8.
Yeah, we'll go with 8.
2nd and 8. Single back is Vanderveer. Pretzlaff in motion. Going to line up over on the left side now. Gets set. Goes to Vanderveer. He's going to go to his left, and he's going to get wrapped up in the background. Boy, that was one heck of a defensive play by Saginaw United. That was just one man on a mission, and I can't get his number yet.
Number 55.
So number 55 is going to be Javier Castillo, and he looked like a guy who could be playing on the next level just with that one play.
Yeah, he read that all the way. He knew where it was going. He came across the line with one purpose and one purpose only, and that was to tackle Austin Vanderveer, and so he did. We're going back and forth. We're going to play that game where, hey, stop us if you can. Well, that time they did. So now we have to reset a little bit. Gavin Freeman comes back in. 14 goes off.
So here we go. So it's now 3rd and 14. Vanderveer comes off the field. Freeman in. You've got to think there's probably going to be some form of pass play going on. Now, let's see what they do. Maybe we'll see the brothers connect.
That would be nice.
Caleb to his brother.
Jonathan.
They nearly connected last week, just a little bit too high on the play. But
timeout, Gaylord.
So they want to think about it. We're going to take a pause here. Our score, deadlocked at 6 apiece with 8:32 to go in this third quarter. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Your Gaylord 7-Eleven is the perfect place to grab something cool when you're on the go. Quench your thirst with an ice cold Slurpee or Big Gulp. And of course, there's always freshly brewed coffee 24/7. 7-Eleven is there for you, plus just about anything else you might need in a pinch, including snacks, grocery items, and even lottery tickets if you feel a winning streak coming on. Open 24 hours a day. They put the convenience in convenience store. Your neighborhood 7-Eleven on North Center Avenue in Gaylord.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
It's Brian Hollenbaugh along with Dave Boswood here. On a Thursday night, our score deadlocked at 6 apiece with 8:32 to go in this third quarter of the ball game. And we welcome you if you're listening over Eagle 101.5 or if you're watching as we're streaming at eagle1015.com. I think, Dave, you're getting a little bit of a reflection. I think there's a ghost or a shadow of me.
Yes, there is. Yep.
I'm a shadow of myself.
Yeah, I think there's no way to turn the lights or dim
so
the lights.
Unks is going to hand it off to Freeman. He's going to make his way around a corner. Nice run there by Gavin Freeman, still on his feet. He doesn't want to go down. He's a scrappy runner, and it's the first time we've called him with the ball in his hands tonight.
Yes, yep. Yeah, that was a nice run. He's quick, right? So when he gets the ball, he gets downfield quickly. I still think he's a really good receiver. In that slot position, we get him out there. We haven't seen any jet sweep kind of movement stuff, but he's really good at that too, getting around the corner.
Is there a light switch here?
Yeah, I haven't seen one. I
think
so. It's going to be all or nothing.
You're going to be stuck with my shadow all ball game if you're watching this.
Yep.
So this drive is still going on. I mean, it's been a back and forth drive. They would get a nice gain, a penalty would bring something back, and then a nice gain, and then a penalty would bring something back, but the drive is still going. So, Dave, this is chewing up the clock, I suppose.
Yeah, and we saw that in the first quarter. The quarter went by really fast, and we're seeing that right now But we do have an opportunity here for a first down with this third and
two. And it looks like the lone back is going to be Riley Hush in there. Let's see what Ungst does. Pretzlaff in motion. He gets set on the left side. Ungst is going to keep it himself. And that's going to be a good first down there. In fact, Caleb just kept going. So he needed 2, picked up about 5.
Yeah, no, that was a great time for that. And, we've had some success with that play. We had that actually last year. They did a nice job where they bring everybody inside the middle and they get a good push with the center and then the guards and kind of go forward. And the quarterback just kind of chooses the open spot there. And Caleb did a nice job with that earlier tonight and on this play as well.
It keeps the drive alive.
First down for Gaylord Blue Devils.
Blue Devils, this is still the opening possession of the second half.
Yeah.
And they've chewed up 4.5 minutes of clock so far, and the clock is still going. So you've got to be happy if you're the coach because you're chewing up clock. The offense is staying out on the field. Let's see what happens here. Again, it's going to be Hush in the backfield. Freeman in motion. It's going to be Freeman on the jet sweep. He's going to pick up about 4 on the carry. So a little quick scamper there. Jet sweep. Yep. Gavin Freeman gets it, makes the most of it.
And that's Braden Gocho, 37 in the backfield, not 34 Riley Hush that we saw back there. He's still out there. But, yeah, so that's the kind of stuff that, we expect from Gavin because he is so quick, right? He's a good ball handler. He's got good vision for the field. He's a good football player, knows what he's doing.
So I'm happy you moved the camera down the field, and now it's your shadow.
Yeah, I'll try and stay out of it, though.
So the ghost of Dave Boswood, if you're watching.
It's not Halloween yet.
That's right, but it's... Yeah, I'm not ready for pumpkin spice anything.
Fallish.
All right, Vanderveer's back in the backfield, lone back. Ungst is going to pitch it off to him. He's going to try to make his way around the corner, makes a cut, gets hit, but he gets wrapped up and rolled up for about maybe a 4-yard gain. Going to bring up a third down, or second down, rather.
No, they're going to switch it.
It's a third down.
Yeah, third down and 2.
3rd and 2 for the Blue Devils.
Good move, though. They're moving the ball well. This is a sustained drive. Sole possession of the ball in the second half so far, Gaylord Blue Devils, and still moving along.
Certainly. So Jonathan Ungst comes out. In comes Gus James with a play.
See what Gus has for us.
So it's going to be a tight offensive formation. Vanderveer is the only guy in the backfield. Pretzlaff moves again as he does to line up the blocking. Austin going to stick his head right in the middle. Keeps driving forward. Got the first down, it looks like. And that'll move the chains.
Was that? Yeah, that was Austin. Nice job. So, again, they kind of had that same look where we had the quarterback sneak, if you will, with a keeper by Ongst, but then he was under center, turned, and gave it to Vanderveer, who got a nice head of steam there and does what he does so well, which is stay low and drive those legs and get the first down for the Blue Devils. I'm going to see if I can find a light switch real quick and see if I can dim this shadow.
You just don't like looking at the shadow of yourself.
I don't.
The camera puts 10 pounds on, they say.
I don't need those.
So it's a 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. They keep the drive alive. Austin Vanderveer, the lone back in the backfield, along with quarterback Caleb Ungst. Tight offensive formation. Freeman in motion on the jet sweep. They're going to give it to Freeman. He's going to try to make his way around. Gets hit, but still keeps going forward. Picks up about 4 on the carry. Does Gavin Freeman. So a good little scamper there. Dave's still trying to get rid of his shadow. So, Dave, if we keep your shadow, it's going to be how many more weeks of summer do we get? 3 more weeks of summer with Dave's shadow. If we make your shadow go away, can we stretch summer out by another 4 weeks after that? That would be great. All right, it's going to be a second down and looks like about 6 for the Blue Devils. Maybe 7. Okay, here we go. Let's see what they're going to do. Once again, man in motion. Going to be another jet sweep the other way. And he's still on his feet is Ty Benzinger. He looks like he's going to be close. He's on the opposite side of the field as the markers, but they're moving the chain, so they're going to give him a first down on that one, Dave.
Nice run by Ty. Good ball control, good ball handling, and get some decent speed, actually, a little burst there towards the end to get upfield and another first down for the Blue Devils. I like the way Coach is mixing this up and using some of these other guys who have the ability to run the ball.
So if you're watching on video, you're seeing Dave Boswood's shadow, which means we only have 3 more weeks left of summer.
Sorry, guys.
So you can blame it on Dave. I tried to get you 4 more weeks beyond that. I just couldn't do it.
But no, I couldn't find the appropriate switch under there. And, with the way things have been going this evening here early on, I wasn't going to take a chance.
It's been Murphy's Law. All right, so new set of downs, first down for the Blue Devils. Caleb Hunk's going to take it. He's going to pitch it out to Vanderveer. He's got no blockers out there. Boy, complete penetration by that right side of the defensive line. They got back there quick. Austin saw nothing but yellow jerseys in his face.
Yeah, and I think that's a function of the line trying to get downfield to block. After he gets the ball, it developed a little slower to that pitch to the outside, but they were right there almost as soon as he got the ball.
Absolutely. I mean, again, this is one of the things we talked about last week. You've got a smaller offensive line, but it's a good downhill offensive line.
Absolutely.
If they've got to back up or switch some sort of blocking scheme, then their size becomes a problem. And when you're looking at Saginaw United's defensive line, man for man, they're at least 30 to 50 pounds over Gaylord. A couple of matchups could be as much as 100-pound different.
And that's scary.
So here we go. Let's see what they do here on this one, see if they can make some yardage back. And it looks like there's going to be a delay of game. It's going to go against the Blue Devils. That's not a good one. That's one of those mental errors that you talk about. You're second and short.
Yep.
And now you're going to back yourself up 5.
Yeah, now you're going to make it 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7. And again, that's the second delay of game penalty we've had tonight in this game.
It is. And that's got to make Coach Shimoniak go nuts.
Right. You got to be watching, the back judge there. He's going to count it down for you. He's going to let you know where you're at. And you got to be ready to snap the ball. So don't delay coming out here to grab the play and run back to the huddle.
Well, and you can't take the scoreboard into account if you're a player because there's no clock there that you can use.
No.
And the scoreboard itself, the official scoreboard, is actually at ground level with people walking past it as we're 1:46 to go in this third quarter. So man in motion for the Blue Devils. They're going to hand it off. A trap play for Austin Vanderveer. He gets wrapped up by the jersey, but still manages to pull forward and get a couple of yards back. So now we're back to about a 3rd and 2.
I credit the young man from Saginaw there with holding on to that jersey when he came through, because he came through the line hard, and he was moving pretty good. He's a lot to bring down.
Well, he wanted it, but the defender had a fistful of jersey there and just wouldn't let go.
No.
But that defender probably saved another 5-yard gain.
Yeah, but it's 3rd down and 2, and we've been here several times during this drive, and so we've seen angst. We've seen.
I tell you what, I think you go with a quarterback keeper. It's worked for you twice so far. Even though you've got the smaller offensive line, they are a good forward momentum line. And there's a hole right over the center right now.
Yep.
And they're not going to do that. They're going to go with the sweep. They're going to hand it off to Ty Benzinger. And Ty's going to get the first down, though. He took the cut in there. Looks like we got an offensive lineman got a little banged up that's trotting off. We've got number 63. I don't have him on the roster. Do you, Dave?
Which number 63 is actually Connor Byram. They changed it from
that's right.
from 88 last week, and now
that's
it's 63.
Right. I hadn't seen him on the offensive line. I'd seen him out as a punter, but
it's 4th down. We were looking, I think, at the sticks the wrong way, or they just moved them. I'm not sure what, but it's 4th down and 5.
So yeah, they just.
We're going to go for it, though. There's no question about it.
It's going to be 4th and 5. It's an interesting thing tonight. We've seen the referee not acknowledge touchdowns, and well, it is what it is.
Yep. No.
So that's going to run out the third quarter. So the Blue Devils are going to get a chance to keep the drive alive and potentially score at the start of the fourth quarter. Again, third quarter, no score in the quarter. We're still deadlocked at 6 apiece. Here from Saginaw, it's Saginaw United 6, Gaylord 6. We've got a fourth quarter of action coming your way next here on Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection, includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
I think we've called this game Murphy's Law game, isn't it? Anything that weird could happen has happened tonight.
Yes, indeed. And there's the band again. They are a small band, but they are loud.
They're a boisterous band, and band directors love that, right?
Yep.
They love that.
Yep, absolutely.
Make the guys in the press box have a headache by the end of the game. It's great. So here we go. Fourth quarter of play. Blue Devils, they still hold it. I mean, they've actually had the ball the entire third quarter.
Yes. Yeah, they started out and maintained all the way through, and they're going to continue holding the ball at the start of the fourth quarter.
You know what, though? If you're the coach, you can't complain about that because they chewed up an entire 12-minute quarter. But at the same time, you didn't get any points during that, but you still have possession of it. I mean, it's got to be the longest drive in Blue Devil history.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure where we could find that.
Three guys in the backfield plus the quarterback. Let's see what they're going to do here.
Hard count.
Hard count's not going to bring them off. Now they're going to call timeout. That's exactly what they're going to do is take a timeout, and they'll talk about it. Couldn't draw them offside, but, it's a good notion there. And by the way, Johnson Propane, while the game heats up, Johnson Propane is heating your home. And, of course, our good friends at Mama Leone's, Northern Michigan's home for authentic Italian cuisine. It's Mama Leone's on South Otsego in Gaylord. And our good friends over at Hickerson Floor and Tile House, great sponsors of Blue Devil football. They want to assist in planning your home interior project. Give Hickerson Floor and Tile House a try on M32, just west of Gaylord. Well, we're about to open up this fourth quarter. Gaylord comes out, tries to get the hard count on to pick up that yardage that they need to keep the drive alive. They're deep in Saginaw territory, but really haven't been able to move the ball any much closer.
Yeah, it looks like we're sitting on the 12 or 13-yard line.
And based on the markers that keep moving, we need to get down into, maybe the 5?
It's hard to tell.
I don't know, man.
I think it's just past the 10, maybe.
Unks is going to keep it, but they went for his legs, and they got his legs, and he's not going to get much further. So now it's going to turn over on downs now. So a drive that went a full quarter and 6 seconds into the next quarter comes up nothing.
Yeah, and like you said, Brian, it's okay to control the ball for that long and chew up that much clock if you produce, right?
Didn't happen.
Yeah, it did not happen. We got close, but again, some mental errors caused us to take the ball back further than we wanted to, and we just couldn't maintain that drive as well as we wanted
Certainly.
to. So now we're going to put the pressure on the defense again, which, we've seen the defense do a good job. We have, had a great interception and return by number 11, Ty Benzinger. So we need to see something here from the defense because they're, like you said, deep in their own side for Saginaw. And we
That's right. I mean, both scores in this ball game are a result of a couple of, outstanding defensive efforts, a block punt or a missed punt. Oh, the ball's going to be on the ground.
Yep, there you go.
And the Blue Devils think they have it. Official not saying anything. It looks like Saginaw maintained it.
Yeah, they did.
So a yellow jersey comes up with the ball. Going to mean 2nd and 10 now. So the two scores of the ball game, Saginaw United scored on a muff punt.
Yep.
That the punter got away, but then they picked it up and scampered into the end zone. Yep. Gaylord was set up for their score by an interception when Ty Benzer ran one all the way down to the 5-yard line, and then Austin Vanderveer punched it in. Those are the only two scores in this ball game. So 2nd and 10, bad snap. It's in the end zone. We going to get a safety?
Yes, we are.
You're going to get a safety. The Blue Devils scored 2 on that one as they snagged quarterback Devin Bennett in the end zone.
Yeah, that was a hot snap from the center, back to the quarterback, went over his head. And, Gaylord defense did a nice job getting back there. There is a flag on the ground, though. That's the only problem. That's going to go. Flag is actually going against Saginaw United. That's declined. The safety stands.
So it's 2 points on the board for the Blue Devils. Our score now 8-6, and wouldn't that be interesting if that ends up the final score of the ball game?
That would be really interesting. But the nice thing about the safety is Gaylord gets the ball.
They're going to get the ball back, and you know what? Chew up the clock and leave nothing left.
Yeah, and we have just shown that Gaylord has the ability to maintain the drive. They didn't finish the drive necessarily, but they can control the ball for a long time.
Well, that's true. And, if you erase those mental mistakes that kept the drive going, but it didn't really resolve it.
Right.
Now, it's interesting. I see there's like a whole host of people leaving, so you're going to see something going on by the scoreboard. Everybody seems to be going over by the scoreboard.
Everybody. They're all running out.
I'm not sure what's going on here, but there's
something because everybody's running across the field.
There must be something going on because the stands are emptying here on the home side, and massive amounts of people are running across the field and running out of the field using the normal walkway. But
something's going on.
Something is going on, and that has hundreds of people heading out the stands, and yet the PA announcer says stay in the stands. So something's going on where the home team stands are emptying out pretty quickly, and people are heading into the parking lot.
Yeah, and if you look at the Blue Devils side, everybody's up at the top looking out into the parking lot right now.
Well, because you probably wouldn't see something like this happen at a Blue Devil game where everybody gets up out of the stands and runs out of the stadium. So it's an interesting thing going on. We're not really sure what's happening. They've suspended play on the field for the moment. I think everybody's trying to wonder what's going on and why all the fans are coming out. Now we're seeing some people walking back in.
All right.
So now we're coming back out onto the field. We'll commence with play. I will say, though, that when we came in, there was a great deal of public safety officers that were working in the stadium here that were very pleasant and polite and very casual. And so there's a combination of law enforcement and public safety officers that are here at the stadium right now. So the kickoff after the safety, it's going to get returned. Right up the middle, still on his feet, is Gabe Thompson. He gets flipped up in the air, but a good return there, gutsy return. It was a short little pop-up kick.
Yeah.
And he decided, let's go forward, and he did, and he managed to pick up some good yards for the Blue Devils. They're going to get the ball at the 30-yard line with 11:11 to go in this ball game, and a 2-point lead. Our score here, if you're just tuning in, Gaylord 8, Saginaw United 6. And if you're wondering who Saginaw United is, it's a co-op school effort between Saginaw High School and Arthur Hill High School, because these two schools will eventually become one school down the road. So they thought they would co-op the two schools so they could create some cohesion, hence the Saginaw United. So Caleb Unks comes out. He's going to pitch it back. He's going to get his man, Austin Vanderveer. He's going to find his way around the corner. He's got a big hole. He's down to the 20, the 15, and he's finally brought out at about the 13-yard line. Big pickup there by Austin Vanderveer.
Number 27 had a nice block there. That's Jonathan Unks coming down the other way, leading that out there for Austin. So good job by Jonathan, and a great run by number 14, Austin Vanderveer.
When I look into the camera, I feel like I'm like one of those specters that you see like those 1970s kind of portraits where they would shadow somebody in.
The haunted, it reminds you of the Haunted Mansion at Disney. When you go through that ride, they have these little haunted ghost specters. And that's kind of what Brian Hollenbaugh looks like right now.
I feel like a specter, maybe,
It's your turn on the shadow.
Yeah. Wait till we get to the other side. It'll be back to you again. So Matt in motion, going to be the jet sweep. He's going to hand it off to Ty Bengensinger. Ty still on his feet, cuts it in, makes his way down to close to the 5-yard line.
Two defenders right there on Ty. He slipped his shoulder right through there and just, pushed his way through. And it's close to, if not a first down. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They had him marked. The guy with the stick over there moves so far down, it looked like they were going to mark it as a first down. But it's a second down.
It's going to be a second down and 2 for the Blue Devils with basically 9:35 to go in the ball game. And after the safety, they get the ball back in good field position. Let's see if they can make the most of this and punch it in. So power I set.
Gotro and Vanderveer.
Gotro and Vanderveer in the backfield. Unk's going to take the snap. Who's he going to hand it off to? Let's find out. I got to say Vanderveer. It is. Austin's going to get it, makes his way around, cuts it, puts his head down.
It's close.
I think he's got the first down for sure.
Yeah. Gotro had a nice lead on that all the way around the corner, pushed through, carried it downfield, got a second block, and, of course, Austin did what he does so well, and that's follow along there and drive through the pile there.
So
they're going to mark it short.
It's going to be first down and goal, though, so they're down to about the 1 yard line, so I think you do it again.
Absolutely. Maybe take it to the other side, I don't know, but they're out there, so you got 37 and 14 in the backfield.
Or the other option is you just let your quarterback put his head down and go right through the middle.
And I like that set.
So here we go. There he goes. Ungst is going to push it forward. Does he get in? Looking for it.
You got to sign from the other side. Yep.
Touchdown, Caleb Ungst. And the Blue Devils add 6 more. And that's going to bring it up to 14-6. Let's see if they go for 2, if they're going to go for the 1.
Based on the success that they've had moving the ball in this last couple series, I think you go for 2 and square it up.
But they're not going to. Out comes Connor Byram
there he is.
For the point after. Let's see what Connor does. Missed the first one. Let's see if he can make this one connect. The freshman brought up last week for his first high school football game. Had a really good punt earlier in the ball game. Kicks this one up. Does it go through? It does.
Yes.
It's good. And our score here in Saginaw, it's now the Gaylord Blue Devils 15, Saginaw United 6. You're listening to Eagle 101.5 and Blue Devil football.
The Javetsky Agency, your local Mimic Insurance, exclusively serves teachers and school employees. Founded more than 65 years ago, Mimic provides members with outstanding service and insurance coverage for personal, auto, home, or umbrella coverage. By choosing Mimic, you're supporting the Mimic Foundation, impacting thousands of schools by providing millions of dollars to support programs, events, and projects. Contact the Javetsky Agency for more information. The Javetsky Agency, your local Mimic agent.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
8:29 to go in this fourth quarter. Gaylord Blue Devils now up 15-6 after they make the most of a safety followed by a touchdown by quarterback Caleb Ungst. So a really good series there. We've seen some positive things for them to draw on, Dave.
Yep.
Brian Hollenbaugh along with Dave Boswood on the call tonight. If you're listening over the air at Eagle 101.5, welcome. If you're watching it online at eagle1015.com, we apologize for the shadow here, I'm the specter, but now we're going to move it back toward
Dave's side.
The shadow of Dave. There he is, the reflection in the glass. All right, Byram's going to kick it off. The freshman Connor Byram, been doing the kicking duties for the Blue Devils this season. He'll kick it off deep. Nice kickoff. It's going to get returned, though. Oh, it's going to come up just a little short. He's going to pick it up. Let's see if he stays. Everybody's got him there. They contain him. And he's going to get finally driven out of bounds. Is Isaiah Wilson. No late hit on it. They wrapped him up. Wilson was trying to find a lane that he could shoot through, and he just ran out of turf.
Yep. Well, they did a nice job coming up there and staying in their lane and protecting that outside, and not giving them a lot of opportunity to go anywhere else. So he's good to go there, and that was a nice play by the the Blue Devil special teams.
So now you've got to think, if you're Saginaw United, you want to move this thing down and you want to get a quick strike.
Yes.
I think that's going to be a big, important thing, and if they can come down, and we've seen them attempt that. We've seen them try to get the ball down the field. With Devin Bennett at quarterback, and he's got an arm to do it. He just hasn't been able to connect with his receivers.
No.
Bennett looks downfield. He's going to hit his safety valves. Got Boone. Boone's a quick guy. We haven't called him at all since the end of the first half.
No, and he is quick, and he's a strong runner, and I think that's the right play to try and get it to Boone.
Right. Well, the tale of the second half is the Blue Devils chewed up the entire third quarter with an offensive drive that resulted in no points. In fact, they opened up the fourth quarter on the same drive. And then, of course, the safety that they got from Saginaw United, and they got the ball right back, and then they score a touchdown. Here they open it up, and they connect. Bennett connects right across the middle down to the 45-yard line in Blue Devil territory. Just like that, he connects with Isaiah Wilson.
Yeah, and the coverage wasn't bad by the Blue Devils. Gabe Thompson was right there to make a tackle as soon as he caught the ball, but he threaded that ball right in there, dropped it right in his hands, and that was a good play. That's going to be a difference maker for.
Well, they've been threatening to do that all night, and finally they connect. A pitch and catch there for Saginaw United brings it down to the 45-yard line in Blue Devil territory now. He's going to do it again. He's going to hit his safety valve.
Yeah, he dropped the ball on that one, Brian. So he threw it to the safety valve, kind of a flare pass to the left. The Blue Devils were right there to kind of be, in position to make a tackle, but he dropped the ball, hit the ground, and then that created a no play for the.
He just couldn't hang on to it.
Yep.
He's a good guy to have out there as a safety valve because he's so quick once he gets his hands on it. And maybe if he had been able to hold on to it, it would have been a bigger play, but no go on that one. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for Saginaw United.
Going to keep the Blue Devils secondary on their toes, though. They're going to pass again.
Again, going for the pass. They go out, they connect. Wilson has it again. He's going to get wrapped up there. Finally brought down. He drug Gabe Thompson for about 3 more yards.
Yeah, he had Gabe Thompson there. He wrapped him up around legs, held on, because there was a little bit of a mismatch in size there. But Gabe Thompson, he's also a very accomplished wrestler, and so he knows how to stay in there and stay, scrappy. Got a little support, but not before the first down by Saginaw United.
Ankle tackle there is what you would call that one.
It is. But a tackle nonetheless.
It is a tackle nonetheless, but it still moves the chains and a new set of downs for Saginaw United. Ball now on the 34-yard line.
Still showing pistol.
So here we go, pistol formation. Bennett's going to hand it off to Boone. Boone's going to find a hole. He has one. He crosses the 30 down to about the 27 before finally Austin Vanderveer runs him out of bounds.
Yeah, nice job by Vanderveer, coming up in that linebacker position along with Pretzloff there to make the tackle. But that was a pretty good run, and he showed his quickness, his explosiveness there. As soon as he got that ball, he was 4 yards down the field. And
clock continues to run. 6:40 left to go in the ball game. Blue Devils with a 15-6 lead.
Defense needs to show some grit here, Brian.
Well, you want them to keep chewing up the clock. That's okay. The clock is your friend if you're the Blue Devils. Not your friend if you're Saginaw United. Good. And that one's going to get blown up in a good play there. In fact, it was Lane Thompson on the tackle.
Connor Abraham comes up with the ball.
And it is a turnover?
Well, they're not showing it yet, but Connor Abraham came up with the ball. Saginaw United has a man down on the field. Slow to get up a little bit, but they're going to take a look at him anyway.
I don't see them marking it off as Blue Devils yet, so I have a feeling they maybe retained it.
Yeah, I agree, but it was a good tackle. Great initial contact by number 69, Lane Thompson. Great follow-up and heads-up play by number 55, Connor Abraham.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 5 for Saginaw United. By the way, we also like to thank our pregame and our coaches interview show folks. Feeney Ford, your certified Ford headquarters for Northern Michigan, is at Feeney Ford in Grayling. And, of course, our friends at Johnson's Propane. While the game heats up, Johnson's Propane is heating your home. So right now you're probably wanting your home to be cool, but it won't be long. You're going to get that crisp fall air again. Yeah. We got a dose of it last Friday night, but tonight it's been a balmy summer night.
Yeah. Well, at least inside this booth. Outside, it's not too bad. It's a little breeze.
In our fishbowl, it's easily 90 degrees.
I would agree.
So we're 90 degrees in our fishbowl, and, of course, you see the specter of Dave Boswood if you're watching online. You'll be able to watch the game online as well anytime after the game, as well as we'll keep it on our Eagle 1015 sports page. And that's going to be a connection there again with Wilson. But to stop him is Cameron Pierce right on the spot. Probably not enough to get the first down. I think it's going to be short.
Yeah, we had Keaton Abraham, number 54, on that tackle as well with number 9, Pierce. And you're right, it's going to be short by about 3 yards.
So it's going to bring up a 4th and 3 for Saginaw United. This is where, if you're Gaylord, here's a great opportunity.
Big stop.
Stop this drive and then just chew up the clock, and you win a ball game.
We got a flag down here. We're going to call what is he calling there?
So it's a legal substitution.
All right.
So that's going to back them up.
Yes, we saw that earlier where they had too many on the field in the first quarter.
Right. So that's going to back them up, and that actually is going to work really well in the Blue Devil fans' favorite. So I'm not sure what the mad dash of people that went outward, but people are now starting to trickle their way back into the stadium.
Yeah, but not as many as went out, I can tell you that.
That was a mad dash.
Yes, it was.
It was like maybe somebody was dropping free money out of a helicopter. So he's going to go. He's going to try to connect. He's going to get picked off there. It's picked off by number 12.
Rylan Borowiak.
Rylan Borowiak's going to have it. He's going to come back to about the 30-yard line, and that's going to kill the drive. Bennett just kind of lofted it up there. Borowiak played center field, caught it, and ran with it.
Yep, he did. And I think that is a huge momentum shift for Gaylord again. They didn't have to, be as gritty up front. Although the guys on the line are doing a good job up front against that sizable line that the offense for Saginaw has.
Certainly.
So, but great interception. That's 2 interceptions tonight. One by Ty Benzinger with a good run back, and now number 12, Rylan Borowiak.
Very good, and that's going to bring out the Blue Devil offense again with 5:06 to go in the ball game, 5:05 actually to go in the ball game. Our score here at Arthur Hill High School: Gaylord 15, Arthur Hill 6. So the Blue Devils, they just want to come out and get a couple of first downs and just chew up the clock. So they're going to come out, 3 backs. They're going to hand it off to Vanderveer. Nope. It's going to be Pierce on that one. He's going to get wrapped up after maybe a 2-yard gain is Cameron Pierce. He was protecting that ball, though.
Yes, he was.
Both hands on the ball as he hit the hole.
Yep, and he got hit. He got pushed back. But, again, the clock continues to run. And we've certainly seen Gaylord control the clock in that whole third quarter.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils. Clock continues to tick. 4:34 to go in the ball game.
Hawks back in the huddle with the play.
Let's see what they do. Vanderveer back in the backfield, going to be the single back set. Unk scans over the defense, realizes those linemen haven't really gotten to him yet this ball game. So they're going to go with a jet sweep. It's going to go into the hands of Ty Benzinger, and then he's going to squirt right up the middle for maybe 2 yards.
Going to get a flag in the backfield. It's going to be
a legal shift against the Blue Devils. Well, that jet sweep got a little tight there.
Yeah. That's all right. We're going to retain possession of the ball. Still be 2nd down. We're going to move back a little bit. Get the clock started back up here and continue to control. But we do need a first down so that we don't give our Saginaw United another chance at the end zone.
4:10 to go in the ball game. And now runs again. We're going to be down underneath 4 minutes here momentarily. Blue Devils content to just chew up the clock as much as they possibly can. So it's going to be a 2nd down and about 14 now, 13 maybe. Let's see what they do here. They're going to pitch it out to Vanderveer. He's going to go to his right, try to make it around the corner. He does, still on his feet, still carrying people.
Boom.
He breaks one loose, still on his feet, coming to the middle of the field. It's a foot race. He's going to lose that one, but not until after he gives a stiff arm to the defender and gets brought down at the 30-yard line in Saginaw United territory.
Good run by Austin Vanderveer. Great block on the outside by number 27, Jonathan Ongst. And then we got to see Vanderveer run down the field. Not as quick as some of the defenders over there, but he didn't miss an opportunity to kind of punish one of those guys for making the tackle.
Well, he did. He gave him a stiff arm before a guy brought him down, but the ball on the 30-yard line as the clock continues to tick down to 3:32, clearly in the Blue Devils' favor now. You're in your opponent's end of the field. You just don't want to make a mistake here.
Nope.
You don't want to put the ball on the ground, and you don't want to pass it around.
No, run it like Cameron Pierce and have both hands on the ball at all times.
Well, I think you're going to see, let's see who we've got coming in the backfield now.
It's 37.
So it's just going to be Gautreau in the backfield now. And we haven't called him on too many carries. Here's a jet sweep. They're going to hand it off to Freeman.
Got a block.
He got one block, but he's not going to get much out of that, maybe a half yard.
Yeah.
But it's going to chew up some clock.
Absolutely, yeah. He gained a yard on there, and we get 2nd and 9. It was a good play. That jet sweep develops a little slowly. You kind of see where it's going. And, again, you got the one corner block out there, the block from Gotro, but just not enough to get him around the corner.
So with 2:32 to go in this ball game, looks like the Blue Devils, unless something dramatic happens, are going to be able to put a win in the books. Our score right now, 15-6, and you may say, well, that's a lot of time left. But when you've seen these offensive move tonight, it's been very much a defensive game. So here we go again with that jet sweep. It's going to be Ty Benzinger. He's going to put his head down. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to come across the 25 down to the 24.
Good run.
Good run. Continues to chew up the clock as we now go under 2 minutes to go in the ball game.
Number 69 for the Saginaw United team is still getting up. He's down there. He's going to get some attention from the staff.
And we'll thank
Saginaw.
some of our sponsors for this, like the Javetsky Agency. You know, they ensure your educational community's auto, home, and umbrella needs. Just give Neil a call for a quote at 989-731-5060, your area MEMIC insurance agent. Also, we've got our friends at 7-Eleven. There's always a fresh cup of coffee and a warm welcome waiting for you at your Gaylord area 7-Eleven on North Center Street in Gaylord. And Builders First Source. See it, build it, live it. The Builders and Homeowners Source on North Center Street in Gaylord. They're one of the sponsors of this weekend's upcoming Beer, Blues, and Barbecue Sunday. Going to be at the Treetops Resort. Got some great music and great food and a great time. And Builders First Source, one of the sponsors of that. We appreciate their support.
More activity here outside of the fence here at Saginaw United, Arthur Hill. Got some mass movement of the fans again.
So this time the fans in this stand, they're going to the backside behind us over the edge, shouting out there. But there's a lot of people outside the stadium running around.
Yeah, it's an active place right now. Still attending to the young man on the field out there. You know, and of course this is part of football. People are going to get hurt and banged up a little bit. And one of the things that you're seeing is, towards the end of the game, both teams come in 0-1. Someone's going to win the game, someone's going to lose the game, and now go 0-2. Starting to see a little bit of the frustration on the faces of some of the players here on Saginaw side. And, of course, you're seeing some of the elation on the team opposite of us right now, which is the Gaylord Blue Devils.
Well, the Blue Devils are going to be feeling really good. This, controlling the ball for 100% of the third quarter and the first play of the fourth quarter, pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
In that sense. Now, you look at that and you go, well, how many penalties did they have in the third quarter?
Agreed.
That's something that the coaching staff's going to be taking a hard look at. But for the most part, they've controlled the ball. I would say out of this ball game so far, the Blue Devils have had it for, I would say, at least 20 minutes of it.
I would agree. Yeah, and they're doing a nice job with that and controlling the clock and controlling the ball. I think it's Coach Shimoniak's, is part of his plan, right?
Right.
If we control the ball, we don't make any mistakes, we don't give them opportunities, and if we can keep getting those first downs and manage it, then we put ourselves in a position to win. Of course, you rely a lot on the defense to do their job when it's their turn, and so far so good.
You know what? Correction, I'm going to say 30 minutes of this ball game.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I say it's going to be. They'll have had it 30 minutes of this ball game. And that may not be something that they see for the rest of the year, but it's certainly something they can build upon. So they attend to the young man down on the field right now. We see fans that are just kind of leaving the stadium now as we've got just a minute 56 to go in this ball game. So now some people are just slowly making their way out.
Yeah.
A while back we had this mass exodus that was going on with a rapid amount of fans running out of the stadium. But there are also challenges that I think that you have when you merge school districts.
Sure,
and,
absolutely.
You're saying, okay, you guys have not liked each other for decades, and now all of a sudden you're going to be teammates. There's that thing. And, perhaps there's still some rivalries going on.
A little social order adjustment going on.
Within the fan bases, perhaps the guys on the field have figured out how to play as one.
Right.
And by the way, so Saginaw United is a culmination of Saginaw Arthur Hill and Saginaw High School.
Right.
And so they co-opted the programs together this season, and it may continue on. We don't know how long. I know that one of the folks that we talked about said there's going to be a new school being built, and we think that's fantastic. So they don't know what that program is going to be called at that point in time. So for the time being, much like in the NFL where you have the Washington football team, this is the Saginaw United team. There is no mascot, whereas Arthur Hill had been the Lumberjacks for years and years and years. So they are building a new school tradition right now on this field as we speak.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing. It's a great opportunity for these kids to combine these two programs and schools and have, out of those two schools become something better and, continue this winning tradition that actually, they've had for a long time earlier in their history, and not so much in recent times, but they're hoping to get back to that sooner than later.
Well, they still attend to the young man on the field. Let's take this opportunity because, obviously something drastic could happen, but I think we have a good sense of who we're going to call as our player of the game tonight. We saw a great defensive performance and a couple of good offensive runs, and that person is going to be Dave.
Yeah, so I have to go with Ty Benzinger. Even though we saw a nice interception here just recently by number 12, Rylan Borowiak, I think the play and the runs that we've seen offensively by Ty Benzinger, the interception and that really great run back. Just 5 more yards, he's got a defensive touchdown, and just his overall grit and gameplay tonight. I think you're right. We have Ty Benzinger as a player of the game. Absolutely.
Congratulations. A good job by him. A good job by this Blue Devil defense. I'll tell you that. Our score tonight, Benzinger's interception set up an Austin Vanderveer score, which was the first points for the Blue Devils tonight. And then you had a safety that the defense was able to counter. And then you had, another touchdown by Caleb Ungst from the 1-yard line. So those are the 3 scores there. The only score that Gaylord gave up was off of a muffed punt where Connor Byram was able to get a punt off, but it was a short one, which was returned for a quick touchdown, and that was actually the opening score of the ball game, and not any scoring from Saginaw United since then.
Right. Well, and it would be tough for them to score because we control the ball for so very long.
Very much. So there are some positive things for these Blue Devils to draw upon and look forward to with next week's game, which brings us to where we're going to be next week, Dave.
Yeah, Traverse City Central, Thurlby Field, which should be a real test of the game plan, right? We've been there many times and have yet to see success in, I believe, since 2012 perhaps, maybe even before that.
Well, and then, of course, Traverse City Central has a 5-star prospect that's going to be playing quarterback and linebacker, I believe he's committed to Notre Dame.
Yeah, he had, I thought, committed before to
Alabama,
but changed his mind.
As kids have the tendency to do.
Yep. Until you show up for the first day of practice, there's still options. So.
Well, they brought the cart out to lift the young man, and we hope that he's able to go and get the treatment that he needs, and it's nothing overly severe. But I've got to say that it's probably a knee or a lower leg injury. Yeah. We saw him sitting, laying down there on the ground, and he had his leg awkwardly there to let you know that he had some pain in his right leg. And they're going to put him on the golf cart here.
Yeah, and they're putting one of those pliable support casts on there to kind of keep that left leg immobilized. And he is sitting up now, though, so he's feeling a little bit better. I'm sure not great, but they'll go get him some attention here and take good care of him.
Well, you always appreciate the support of these trainers and staff that are out here looking after these kids for any of the teams that are out here. I know that we mentioned Ted Arkfeld quite frequently about how he was out there and attending to the kids.
Yep.
The minute that they go down, taking care of these kids is a priority. I know it's a huge priority for the Michigan High School Athletic Association, and I know it's a huge priority for the Gaylord Athletic Department as well.
Yeah, and I think one of the nice things that we see is it doesn't matter where one of these kids suffers an injury, whether it be minor or severe. If they're on the far side, that training staff is going to jump in and help out until the other training staff can come over and support them and vice versa, right? So, it's all about these training staffs helping and taking care of the young men and women who are performing these sports.
Always appreciated, and of course we appreciate you out there listening, as next week it'll be a Friday night football game under the lights at Thurlby Field in Traverse City, as the Blue Devils will take on that big game against Traverse City Central. So, anyway, I think somebody just passed along a message to us.
Yeah, the message was, once the game is over, move on.
Okay. Well, that's not going to be a problem for us. We've got a 2-hour drive once we get things packed up.
Right. Yeah. So they they want to get the fans out and clear the stadium as quickly as possible once we're done.
Well, I think we've seen a little bit of excitement. Not sure what it was, but sometimes when you get teenagers involved and, things can get a little crazy, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's a Thursday night, game. So I don't know if the kids are in school tomorrow for the holiday weekend here, and I'm not sure that their schedule is, but there's a lot going on out here, and there's quite a number of fans here tonight.
Well, absolutely. We know Gaylord starts school on Tuesday. Just a reminder, when you go back to work on Tuesday, there'll be buses on the road.
Yes. Yeah, and if you were driving down M32 the last couple of days heading east, you'll see down there near the Otsego Club, there's a big bus over there that says, if the red lights are flashing, don't be passing, right?
Right, absolutely. So, the last few minutes have been longer than the entire third quarter was. I mean, it flew by pretty fast. Yes. I think the third quarter might have taken 15, maybe 20 minutes to run through. Now, they got the young man up on the cart now, and they're going to be able to take him off and get him the medical attention that he needs to hopefully be able to rehab whatever injury that he's got, and hopefully it's nothing severe.
Yeah, because you want to see him, in the second game of the season, you want to see him continue with the season and have success. So, we'll get him off the field here, get him some assistance, and get him the treatment that he needs, and hopefully back to football very soon.
Well, maybe it's just a twisted knee or something like that, and so he'll get it looked at, and hopefully nothing severe for the young man.
Right. And it's tough when you have these long delays like this. The kids start to cool off a little bit. It's near the end of the game, minute 56, in fact. So, they're ready to go. But we have some football left to play.
Well, and we'll be playing football momentarily as they finally get into the cart. They're making sure that he's nice and secure there to where there's not a lot of movement on that, and that golf cart's not going to be moving too fast.
No, it's got this sort of extension built on the back of a standard golf cart, and it's the young man is he's a good-sized lineman, and he's got the back end of that cart dragging a little bit.
I was kind of waiting. I'm looking for those front wheels. I'm waiting for it to pop a wheelie. I mean, because it's. But it's good to have those things handy because it helps move the kids off the field without needing to be carried off. So. Well, it looks like we're going to get some football action in finally now with 1:56 to go in this ball game. Again, if you're just tuning in, our score here, the Gaylord Blue Devils 15, Saginaw United 6. Been a defensive struggle, but the Blue Devils have capitalized when they've needed to, especially on an interception and a safety, and that's really the difference in the ball game.
Gaylord Blue Devils back on the field, a little pep in their step. They're ready to play some offense and get this ball moving down the field.
Third down, ball on the 29-yard line. They need about 4 yards for a first down and to keep the drive alive. 1:45 to go in the ball game. Unk's going to hand it off to Pierce. He's going to go right up the middle. Looks like he's got a first down.
Yes, he
That'll
does.
Keep the drive alive and chew up more clock.
Keaton Abraham had the lead block there. You had Gotro push to the outside and open that up, kind of create a seam for him. And then the young man Abraham there just drove forward and allowed Pierce to follow him right up there and get that first down for the Blue Devils.
Absolutely. So we're down to 1:30 to go in the ball game. And then the Blue Devils will lodge their first win of the season and go to 1-1 on the season. And then start looking forward to perhaps their toughest opponent of the season next week, and we'll be there for it in Traverse City as they'll face Traverse City Central
Same play, Pierce up the middle, or just off tackle.
Pierce just off tackle, picks up a couple of more yards. Clock now about to break the 1 minute mark. We're down to 59 seconds and counting in this ball game. Obviously, Coach DJ Shimoniak happy to just keep chewing up the clock. Probably isn't going to be upset if this is the final score, but if they could put 6 more on, that would be a good thing and give a little bit of pep in the step on this Blue Devil team.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like number 16 checking in here for, don't know who went out.
That's Gus
3.
James.
Yeah, Gus James going to play some receiver here on the left side.
He's been shuttling in plays throughout the game on and off. Unk's going to take it. You got to think. Oh,
flag.
Again, delay of game. Nope. It's going to be offside. That's going to back up the Blue Devil offense. And we're down to 27 seconds left. Again, we named our player of the game a few minutes ago, Ty Benzinger, who had some great offensive carries, but the big thing was his interception that got him down to the 5-yard line. He was smelling the end zone, just couldn't quite make it.
He wanted that one bad, too.
But that gave his team the opportunity to break the game open. So let's see what we do now. 27 seconds to go on the clock. Unk's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Pierce again. Pierce is going to tuck it in, make his way around the corner before he gets thrown out after about a 3-yard gain, and that's going to stop the clock. Well, they're just going to keep the clock going. So I guess he wasn't out of bounds, so the clock keeps running down to 11 ticks. And this may very well be the final play. They're not even going to get it off, Dave.
No, that's going to be it.
That's going to do it here as the final gun's about to go off. Our final score here from Arthur Hill High School. The Gaylord Blue Devils get their first win of the season as they down Saginaw United by a score of 15-6. And we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. For Dave Boswood, I'm Brian Hollenbaugh. You have a great evening, and you'll be able to watch this game tonight, tomorrow, and whenever you want on our YouTube page for Eagle 1015 Sports. You can just go to eagle1015.com, click on the